Oh, yeah. Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Pleasure to be here with all of you this fine Friday morning. It's been a long week, actually, and did not really want to get up this morning. Had a horrible nightmare. It was very weird. Told Ben about it. It's probably not for the air. I probably couldn't do it on the air, but it was very weird.
What was her name?
I mean, it's not a dream, so none of it's real.
Well, but
it was.
It's a disturbing.
It was
right?
disturbing.
It's disturbing. So I'm not going to share it. I share everything on this show. I'm not going to. Let me keep one nugget for myself. I really like nuggets, as you know. It's good to be here, though. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing good. Ben Higgins, the fancy media whore that he is here. Look at you. Walking red carpets, double duties, all kinds of stuff last night.
You may be misinterpreting the situation, but we can talk about it.
Can I share with you guys? I shared with you the other day about the Padres game and how my wife and I were beefing. We were at odds, remember?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what her problem is, but she got me again yesterday. And this one, I think she may be right. I had a slip up yesterday as it pertains to my diet. I needed a moment.
How did you gain all the weight?
By going to McDonald's for lunch.
Wait, after our epic wings roundtable?
I only had
you didn't have too much.
I had 2 wings and some celery.
Okay.
So I didn't crush a bunch of wings. But I had a slip up. I had a moment of weakness. And I went to Mickey D's. Not only did I go to Mickey D's, I went in Mickey D's and did the full Orchids of Asia experience.
Everything okay?
That's what it felt like. Like it felt like I was walking into Orchids of Asia.
Tableside dining.
And be like, hey, you know what I'm here for. Here's my $40 or whatever.
There it was. Glory hole.
You know why I'm here. So that's what it felt like to me walking in. You guys, when I walked out of the car, when I got out of the car, I went like this. I looked around, looked for any tier ones sniffing around. I walked inside. I ordered a Big Mac, medium fries, and a medium soda.
Oh, medium.
Medium. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Very reasonable.
So I'm sitting in there. Now, Hannah's at work.
Real quick, the whole looking around for tier ones.
Oh, yeah.
I love that move.
That
because
bit.
Remember when we were
in Gila Bend?
driving to or from Arizona?
Of course.
Like the second our fat asses walked into McDonald's, we hear,
Woods,
hey, it's Ben Woods! Yeah!
Ugh. So I'm sitting there. I'm sitting there and I'm eating. And my phone rings. And it's my wife. And my wife rarely calls me in the middle of the day. I usually call her when I leave here. Hey, everything good? How are the kids? Oh, they were awful. Shocker. Great. And she calls me. I go, oh, hopefully everything's okay. So here's me. Hello? Hi. What are you doing?
We know she monitors your internet usage at home already. Is she monitoring your purchases like instantly, like it's flagged?
No, she can't see my purchases, but she said, so I'm eating. And I go, oh.
Well, that's on you.
She goes, what are you doing? And I go, just having lunch. And she goes, oh, where? And it occurred to me, I could lie. I could lie. I could say Jersey Mike's.
I'm at Tender Greens.
Naked Cafe.
Naked Cafe.
Flower Child, Plant Power. I'm eating something vegan right now.
Flower Child. She would know I'm lying then. Anywhere else I should have said.
You didn't even have to say lunch. You could have said, I'm at the gym. There's kind of noises all around you. I'm working
eating.
out at the gym.
So I'm like,
you could have put the food down for a second while you were talking to her.
I put it down. It was in my mouth. So I'm chewing and I'm like, hello?
Oh, man.
And I go, McDonald's. You know what her reaction was? She goes, oh, Steven. Just like that. And I go, hey, don't judge me. I don't judge you. I'm like, you need something? I'm so mad, dude. And then,
God.
so I'm sitting there. I finally get off the phone. And our buddy Travis Devlin calls me. And I'm like, I text him back, give me 5 minutes. I call him when I get outside. I go, I'm sorry, bro. I was just leaving McDonald's. And my wife called me and shamed me. And then you called me.
Travis is like, oh, you and the boys?
He's
no.
He's crying, laughing. He's like, bro, you just wanted to be like a slob in peace. I go, that's all I wanted was like 20 minutes to myself to be a pig.
I'd actually like that as a drop. If Hannah is listening,
Oh,
you can
Steven.
send, oh, Steven.
You should have heard it.
And we can just have Paul have that as a button on the board when we're disappointed in you.
She's so over me right now. Like the thought of me with the cards and the McDonald's and all of it. I am really in the chamber here. I mean, really, really bad, dude. Like, so I just hope we make it through this weekend without me repulsing her, without her vomiting all over herself when she looks at me.
Yeah.
And I did. My diet's been good, not as good as it was, but it's been fine. But I drove by and I go, I gotta have it, man. I was just in the mood. You know what it is.
What was the thought process on?
It's the self-sabotage is what it is.
The thought process on going in and sitting in your booth and just,
Do you want to know what it is?
town versus
Taking it home,
getting it in the drive-thru, and then going parking somewhere and just
eating it in the car.
Put sunglasses on as you go through
you
the
want tinted
drive-thru.
windows.
You change my voice.
I'll do a Big Mac, please.
Don't. Is this Woodsy?
No,
No.
this isn't Woodsy.
No, this ain't Raymond.
Take that damn mask off.
Raymond, Woodsy, is that you? No, this ain't Woodsy. So the thought process was this. If you bring it in your car reeks. It reeks for a month.
Yeah.
1 month it reeks. So I was like, also I'm finishing the show Beef on Netflix. So I thought, take my AirPods in, I'll have a lunch in the corner, I'll eat it. Nobody's none the wiser. No one needs to know. I'll hide the receipts, everything, it's gone.
Now you admitted when she called,
I
said,
did.
I'm at McDonald's.
I was honest with her.
Is there any place that would have been worse?
No.
Like
That's
if you
it.
literally were like, hey,
Taco Bell, maybe
She
Taco
hates
Bell.
Taco Bell.
I'm getting the $4.99 surf and turf at Pacers this afternoon. Like with
She would have been way less mad. Oh, I'm at Pacers with Ben. She'd be like, oh, all right, have fun. Make sure you pick the kids up. I swear to God, the disdain, you guys, was like, I almost didn't tell the story of the because I was so embarrassed of what I did, but her disdain was, oh, Steven, just like that. And I go, I'm sorry. I needed
oh man.
I just needed a day. I needed a moment, a self-sabotage moment. I'd been really living on the edge and holding on a little too tightly. And I got it out of my system. I hadn't had it, you guys, for like months, maybe
Probably since spring training.
And I just had the craving, and I drove by to go, you know what? F it. Now, I used to say F it a lot more in my life. I don't say F it as much as I used to. 1% of the time.
You have to.
But you have to do it.
Every once in a while.
You have
Just
to do
throw
it,
caution
man.
to the wind, and
You have to.
you feel like something being bad and eating something you're not supposed to. You
know,
go ahead and do it.
Sevens
Have that
say,
VG's donut.
Yeah.
Every couple months on a Sunday. It's okay.
look, man, Sevens, she's in a weird spot mentally. We all are because, we're trying for another child. And she wants her baby daddy to be around for her child. So when I eat McDonald's, that's not good.
You were having sympathy cravings.
I was. But I did. I treated myself. Don't feel good about it. Didn't feel good about it while I was doing, and then was made to feel worse about it by my wife and by Trav. Was like, oh, you just wanted to bum out in person. I go, yeah, I did. So that was the highlight of my day yesterday. Was that the low light, as it were.
Well, I think everyone knows the highlight of my day. I got to meet the lovely and talented Miss Emma Stone last night.
So incredible.
At the dinner on the Diamond.
I was so surprised to see them there.
I was too. I had no idea.
Just wasn't expecting it.
I was also surprised to see myself there because I had no plans on attending or covering the dinner on the Diamond last night. And I think there is a misperception of what Ben's attendance at the dinner at the Diamond looked like.
Uh-huh.
I think people thought maybe I was there attending as a guest. I was
Got your
not.
tux on.
In fact, I have never felt more like a media schlub than I did last night. No, because I thought we were going to send another reporter for Channel 10, but something came up and they didn't have anyone, and everyone wanted to make sure we got at least some video. I said, I will go down with my camera, my tripod. I'm not dressed up. I'm just wearing my my slacks and polo shirts.
You are the tripod, by the way.
And with, a couple
Just
other
lean forward just a little bit.
another couple cameras and a photographer, and we're behind
Like a kickstand.
we're standing behind the media rope well as all the celebrities arrive, the players, the coaches, and then the VVIPs, as I was told. I was not told who they would be, but I was told there will be a couple of VVIPs.
There's a VVIP?
I didn't even know that you could
I didn't
do
know that was a thing.
There's a VVIP.
I've never been a VVIP ever.
And I said,
It's like an explicit. Ben goes to the VVIP.
I
room.
said,
That's insane.
is it possible that one of these VVIPs attended fantasy camp with us? And they said, no, I can't say anything. So they would not give me any names. But players start arriving and they're dressed, in their tuxes and their
Incredibly.
modern suits, and everybody's looking great. So I'm taking pictures, I'm
no.
taking video. Sending them off to Sammy Levitt. Even he took the night off last night. All those pictures that were posted from 97.3, that was me.
Wow.
Sending them to Sammy so he could post them all. So I was doing all the grunt work last night.
Unbelievable.
They escorted us in before the dinner so I could take video of all the empty tables and the setup and everything. But I'm like lugging camera gear. I'm sweating. I am not in any way one of the pretty people of San Diego on this equation. But I did get to see all the pretty people, and I got to talk. And what makes it even harder is that our friends are also invited. The ones who work for the Padres, like Jesse pulls out of a car with his wife and goes in. I see Mud walks in, and
Did
we
they blow
chat.
past you, or did they chat with you?
Well, I saw Mud briefly. There was two separate entrances. I was at the Diamond Room.
Okay,
that was for the
Love that
players
place.
and the VVIPs. I saw down the way more by the team store area. Like I saw Bob going in and some of the other media people who work for the Padres. But so we're waiting and they say, I think the VVIPs are on their way. So car pulls up and I look over and out pops our friend Dave McCary with
love Dave,
his wife, Emma Stone.
Oh, my gosh.
And Kyle Mooney and
gosh.
his wife.
Oh my gosh.
And Dave immediately sees me in the media well and lights up.
Let's
He goes,
go!
Man, he's so excited to see me. Like I'm the celebrity here, which is really cool.
That's amazing.
We got to spend so much time with him at fantasy camp. Such a cool
He's
dude.
the best guy, man.
And he walks by and he's like tapping Emma. This is the guy whose show I listen to. And I go, I'm
effing
sorry.
way.
I'm sorry if he makes you listen to our show. I don't think she understands really. I mean, she's looking at him going,
what is radio?
why is my husband talking to one of the paparazzi who's
Right,
here
yeah,
just to take my
100%.
picture? She is very confused. And then he goes, Kyle, come over. I want you to meet Kyle Mooney. Kyle, this is Ben Higgins. You listen to his show with Woods every day. And then he looks.
He listens every day.
Dave says that. He listens all. Yeah, I don't know.
That's
how often, but
unbelievable.
He says
That's
he
just
says
what you
it.
say
Yeah,
to
that's what you
people
say.
like
I
us.
listen all the time,
All
or
right.
something like that.
You're right.
And then, he sees all the people and he sees me there and he looks and he goes, oh, are Woods and Paul already inside? They're waiting? And he's so excited thinking that you two are
Dave.
like some of the early arrivals and you're in your tuxes you're sipping cocktails with Manny and Tatis in the Diamond Room right now. And I go, No, they weren't invited. Do I look like I was invited? I am here toting a tripod and taking
Always.
pictures, and then they make us leave by 6:30, so we're not bothering any of you while you have your fancy dinner on the Diamond.
Dave, I'm
Are
sorry.
you insane?
Dave, I'm sorry. Woods is actually home wiping special sauce off of his T-shirt right now, fighting with his wife and kids.
Woods is at McDonald's, actually.
That is Paulie is high as a kite at home watching basketball, and Woods is wiping Mickey D's sauce off his
Hey,
shirt.
there was a big Knicks game last night.
We were not invited to this.
Are they already inside?
Dave, I
was
can't
so
believe they let
excited.
us go to fantasy
He
camp.
was so excited thinking you guys were waiting for him, just sitting at a table like, we've reserved a table. Sit on Dave,
it's just us and Emma, Kyle.
Sit on down. We got a table with Paulie and Woods are already in there at the Diamond Room sipping old fashions, waiting for the dinner to start.
No, they're not there. Never. We will never be invited, ever. I don't even think if I called them and was like, you know what, I'll pay the whatever. They'd be like, sorry, I don't think so. I swear to God, I don't even think they'd let us buy our way in.
Yeah, what is it? 12 grand a table?
Yeah,
All right,
like-
here, put me down for a
Yeah,
whole.
give me 3 plates. Boy, they never want me to make money, dude, because I would. I'd be like, oh, we're going. We're getting our own table. It's on me. We're going to have a great time.
How much to be a VVIP?
I mean, that's incredible.
I think nothing. I think that's when you're
exactly.
a VVIP. That's a different level.
That's so cool. Very nice of him. And
I love Dave, dude. God, he's such a knowledgeable baseball fan. I mean, like, brilliant baseball guy.
we got to be teammates out at fantasy camp. It was so much fun getting to hang out and play.
I never got
to know him.
I never got to face him, but he's nasty, like submarine. I didn't want to face him. He's nasty.
Dude, his first game pitching was like Trevor and Jake were both on our field.
Yeah.
Trevor Hoffman, Jake P were both sitting there watching, just arms crossed, watching Dave. He's like, I haven't pitched in so long.
Yeah.
And he was dirty, carved up like 6 Ks in 3 innings.
Yeah, he's such a good dude, man. He's so competitive too, and I love that. He really took it seriously out there. He didn't big time anybody, and he totally could have. He was just a great dude. That's so cool. You got to meet Emma Stone,
and it's always fun to see the players with their significant others. Jake, his new wife, Manny and Yane walked up.
Dude.
Everyone dressed
Adrian
dressed
Marhone,
nicely.
Melanie were there.
Absolutely. It's a good event, and they raise a lot of money for the Padres Foundation. I think they had already raised 1.3 million, and they were going to raise more. There's a silent auction you actually can still bid on. I think through
they won't let me. I tried,
and you don't have to have attended the dinner.
Yeah.
I did not get to meet Ms. Lauren Hill, but she was there performing afterwards at the post concert at Gallagher Square as well.
Put that picture back up that you just had up, Paulie. It's Adrian Morhone's wife. Now look at how she's gazing at him adoringly.
It's one of the sweetest photos I've ever seen.
I promise you, he didn't stop for Mickey D's yesterday. And that's the kind of look you get if you don't eat Mickey D's at lunch. That's it. That's the kind of look I've been looking for. Yeah, I haven't had it in years.
Meanwhile, you've got a Big Mac, a Coca-Cola, and
fries.
a mega box of Bowman's at your desk.
So this morning I walked in, I go, sold 2 cards last night. She's like, I don't give an S. I really don't give an S.
Funding your McDonald's habit now.
She does not care. So she wants to keep me from going over the cliff. And, when I start doing things like that, that means, oh man, he's going over the cliff. Going to my therapist today, much needed. It's been a while since I've been in person. We've been doing on the phone, and I'm going in person. I think we're at a crisis point right now, so that's where I will be. Got to get that mental bread today, and I guess I'll go on like a 24-hour fast as well, just to get it out of my system. But it was pretty interesting. That's so cool that you got to do that.
That was fun.
I will say, so I talked to you yesterday when I found out you were going down.
I went to SCFC practice. Saw Darren Smith. He'll join us coming up next hour.
All over the county.
Literally, just
all over the county yesterday.
So I call Ben because I love logistics. I want to figure out what this actually looks like. So I go, wait, you finished up out at Singing Hills. Are you now going to drive back to Encinitas, put on like a suit, and then go back? And he goes, no, I'm just going to put a blazer on over my golf shirt. And I go, all right, but you're going to the fancy thing. He's like, I'm just shooting it and whatever. So you didn't even put the blazer on.
No, I just decided. I mean, you know what? Don't try to look like you're trying to look like you're dressed up for the event. I decided just to go with, I was really in the middle. I was in a no man's land.
Yeah, you were in the middle. You have to lug all
Never
that
going
gear.
to fit in. I have to lug all the gear, all the way from the Padres Parkade, which is on the other side of the park where we parked, all the way down past, corner, the place where we had the show, Far Corner, Tom's Watch Bar, all the way around past Bub's, and lug it all the way through downtown. So I was not feeling particularly A-list as I walked up. Let's just say that.
Well, I saw the tweet last night too. Guy tweeted poor Ben. He said, "I'll find it. I got it right here." He said, Rory tweeted Ben. He goes, "Benny, was about to say hello as you were leaving the dinner at Petco, but I saw your nervous walk and hands full of camera gear. My daughter said, we'll just catch you at a game." Ben said, "Sorry, long day." He said, "No need to apologize. I recognize the long day exhaustion and chose not to bother." Rory, you're a very, very sweet person. But I don't need to see that picture to know exactly what that picture looks like. Get me the hell out of here. I am done for the day.
I just want to get home at that point.
How was traffic on the way back?
Fortunately, I was there long enough. The
That was
traffic
fine.
had cleared up, and I got home pretty quickly.
Such an elite foreplay. That's so good. Well, great job. Everyone really liked the pictures.
And I will admit, I kind of had the same moment. It wasn't McDonald's, but treated myself and the family to In-N-Out.
Oh, yeah.
On the way home last night.
What?
Felt like I deserved it myself.
If I said to Hannah, I'm at In-N-Out, she'd go,
not as
oh,
bad.
good.
It's not,
Have fun.
for some reason, it's not as bad.
It really feels like Orchids of Asia to me. When I go in there, I feel like Bob Kraft every time. So anyway, we'll get it all fixed up.
All right, we are officially through the first full month of the Major League Baseball season. We can look back and review where the Padres stand, not just record-wise, but kind of the whole shebang as we get to May. Happy May, everybody. It is May Day, May 1st. Padres' second full month of the season begins tonight against the Chicago White Sox. We will set the menu for the Friday edition of Ben and Woods, which is shocking.
It's gonna be May.
I will kill you, dude. I will absolutely slit your throat. And I can't believe you did that.
Shockingly guest heavy today, especially in the final hour of the program.
It's gonna be May.
Including a management report
hate that
Friday.
dude.
We'll let you know everything we've got coming up on the program. Coming up next with Ben and Woods, don't go away. It's San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I was talking with David, my guy at Trajan, yesterday. Getting caught up. Want to set up some accounts perhaps for my kids as well. It's never too early to think about retirement. Yes, they are still in their 20s. I wish I had started earlier with Trajan Wealth, but wherever you are on your retirement journey, Trajan Wealth can help get you ready. Nobody gets to the highest level alone. Trajan wants to make sure you're prepared for market swings, inflation, healthcare costs in the future. It can all be overwhelming. Trajan Wealth is going to get you set up. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors take the time to understand your goals, your risk tolerance, and your timeline, whether it's shorter or longer. They're independent, so they're not locked into one product or approach, and everything is customized. Trajan Wealth local offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar. They work with people who want confidence and not constant worry. So if you've got an old 401k or investments you haven't looked at in years, just take this advice. Call 619-367-0207. That's 619-367-0207. Or take a few minutes online at TRAJANwealth.com. Again, everything starts at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC, SEC registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. We will get you ready for the Padres White Sox series starting tonight and look back at the first 30 games of the season as the Padres head into the second full month. May begins tonight.
Don't. All right, good.
Didn't play it this time.
Good. Don't.
Coming up at 7:35, we will be actually at 7 o'clock. I think we'll do our MLB reach around. Padres didn't play last night, but we did have other games in Major League Baseball.
It's gonna be an early reach around today.
Yeah, a little bit. I'll tell you. You'll understand why in just a moment. 7:20s don't do this. At 7:35, we will be joined.
It's gonna be May.
Darren Smith. He's got the SDFC game tomorrow night against LAFC. He's out of practice yesterday. Saw Darren. They remain confident that they are going to be able to fix their issues. It's been, if they don't win tomorrow against LAFC, which is a tough ask. LAFC's in third place. They just beat Toluca in the Champions Cup this week. If they don't win, they will have gone more than 2 months by the time their next match happens without a win in MLS play. So it's stretched on
dire.
pretty long, but they remain steadfast in the belief that SDFC, that they are a good team.
Yep.
They will figure it out. You know, the red cards, the injuries, some lack of depth, guys playing out of position have all kind of come back to hurt them. They've actually played well in a couple of the matches, but the bounces didn't go their way.
I haven't
It's
looked.
just they're like 11th place. They're well out of playoff contention.
They call it the table.
Yeah, the table.
In MLS.
They're near the bottom now, like bottom third of the table in MLS.
I know the season really just started. It's a long MLS season, but like, how far out of it have they played themselves?
So no, someone pointed out that they are just one game worse than they were at this point last year. They were 4-4-2.
There we go.
They obviously went on a huge run late in summer and ended up finishing in first place. So
I love it.
It's they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination, but they're going to need to go on a nice run to start moving back up. Will it start tomorrow? We'll talk with Darren Smith about that coming up at 7:35 on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bank Banking. It is better. In the 8 o'clock hour, we'll play some Take on Woods. Last chance this week to qualify for the tickets to the Padres game against the Phillies, field level seats on Memorial Day. We're going to do an early Rindle report in our 8:35 segment, move it up from the 9 o'clock hour because we are loaded in the final hour of our week. At 9 o'clock, we've got our SDCCU Padres management report. Josh Stein, Padres assistant general manager, will join us to review his perspective on the first month of the season and get news on, how Lucas Giolito's doing, Griffin Canning, guys getting ready to perhaps join the Padres. We can talk about that and other stuff with Josh Stein at 9 o'clock.
Feels like he drew the short straw after the dinner on the Diamond. You got to get up early and call
I
in.
didn't see Josh last night. Now, I could have missed him, but I did not.
He stayed home because he knew he had to come on with us. He had to be sharp.
It's possible. I'm not sure. And then I believe right after Josh, we're expecting a quick call in from Toronto from Patrick Merrill, the coach of the San Diego Seals. They've got game one of their best of three semifinal NLL playoff series tonight against the Toronto Rock. And then they come home on Sunday to play at Pechanga Arena. So that could be a clinching game. It could be an elimination game for the Seals, depending on what happens tonight. But we'll catch up with Patty Merrill. Haven't talked with him in a while. Wish him good luck in his playoff series. And then how about this? In our final segment at 9:35, we will be joined, old friend alert, by Will Venable, the manager of the Chicago White Sox in town. They had an off day in San Diego yesterday. Paulie reached out, set it up. So we will catch up with Will. His team is playing pretty decent baseball right now. They just swept the Angels. They've got Munetaka Murakami, who's tied for the lead in the American League, I believe, with 12 home runs.
Smashes.
Has been red hot.
And young players, too.
Get to see a team they think perhaps on the rise this weekend at Petco Park as the Pale Hose, as they like to say, come to town to face the San Diego Padres for 3 games.
Yeah, for sure. They got a good youngster on the mound tonight, Noah Schultz. I mean, they're a team that, again, this is weird because remember years ago when Toddy came here, when we traded for Fernando Tatis Jr., there was this weird that was supposed to be like White Sox are on the prowl,
on the rise,
and
yes.
the Padres are on the rise, and really only the Padres. Now they haven't hit the ultimate goal yet, obviously. But the Padres have been the only ones that have been on the rise. The White Sox have just teetered, but now you look and they got
cratered. Really,
they cratered. Yeah, they got Kyle Teal, who's a good. I think he's hurt right now, but he's a really good prospect. They got this Noah Schultz kid that throws tonight. They got Colson Montgomery. They got Murakami. Like they're kind of a fun, gritty team to support, which is a perfect fit for the South Side of Chicago.
Yeah, I don't think they're a playoff contender now.
Not this year.
But there's finally a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, there's something, dude. There's guys that you want to go see play. Like there's guys that you really want to go see.
Because a couple of years
Chicago.
ago, they thought they were good, and it turned out, players like Luis Roberts, they weren't what they thought they were.
Right.
And so then they had this awkward situation where we've got to get rid of all the guys we thought were going to lead us to the promised land.
We had that too. Remember all the guys we thought, the Julio Urias and I mean the list goes on and on and on and on of the guys you're like, yes, this is the hot talent lava.
Luis Urias.
What did I say?
Julio.
Oh yeah, no, we didn't have him. No,
he was on the Dodgers.
Yeah, Luis Urias.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like they had Patino, Michel Baez, Morejon was one of those.
You're like, we are
prospects.
Nobody's stopping this.
Hunter
team.
Renfro.
Oh yeah.
Manny Margot.
Yeah, it's kind of got there on the right track. The White Sox did not, but it feels like they're on the right track now. And Will Venable, I think, is the right guy for the squad. So he's great, man. Excited to talk to him.
So that's what we've got coming up on the show today. No game yesterday, so we thought we would take a little bit of time here in our 6 o'clock hour just to kind of do a review, kind of build on what we talked about in the roundtable yesterday. If you didn't catch it, and then Paulie can join us to kind of look back at the first month of the season. We will do that right after a check of traffic here, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
More cars out on the road in El Cajon on 67 southbound, starting to see a little bit of sluggish traffic before getting onto the 8. Once you are on in either direction, it's a smooth ride.
Traffic brought to you by Caltrans Asset Management. Caltrans Asset Management work is underway on northbound 805. Crews will close all lanes of 805 from State Route 52 to Miramar Road tonight at 9 p.m. through Monday at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel north of University City.
I asked the question earlier this week, and then I followed up again on the roundtable, whether the Padres' 19-11 record, I think fourth best in Major League Baseball, was a bit of a mirage based on the numbers behind the numbers, the starting pitching, ERA, some up and down performance from the bullpen, an offense that has never totally been clicking. And I've been just kind of trying to think about what is it that have made the Padres successful, because they've undeniably been successful so far this season.
Well, yeah,
there's not
in a results-based business.
Right.
You are what your record says.
There's not
right?
a single person listening right now, Padres fan, who wouldn't have signed up for a 19-11 start, sight unseen at the beginning of the year.
I mean, that's the most Captain Obvious statement of all time, and I think you're right for saying it. And I think
we were kind of saying. Remember, we had Major Garrett on.
Major was like float through
May at about 500.
Get through,
stay above water.
And then they were 2-5, and we go, that's going to be a tough ask to be 500 through May. And here we are, May 1st, 8 games above 500. Absolutely every single one of you would have instantly signed up for 19-11. Don't deny it. So when you complain about things like Fernando Tatis Jr. doesn't have any home runs and the starting pitching hasn't been exactly crisp all the way through, remember, you're doing it in the context of they have gotten off to a better start than you even really hoped for or dreamed for at the beginning of the season.
I will say it was out of the realm of possibility for me, to be honest with you. New manager, some growing pains early. You saw how they played in the first couple series, Ben. Yeah, dude. I mean, that is, without hitting and starting pitching, really. And a bullpen that's faltered, plenty already, which it doesn't make it uncommon in baseball. It happens to every team, but, this was supposed to be the strength. So, again, they're able to throw that up. It doesn't mean, we talked about that on the roundtable yesterday, too. Doesn't mean that once, Toddy and Jackson get going, this team is going to go, 25-2 or anything like that. They could. But, they could end the next month with a 500 record. You have no idea how this game is going to go. You just don't. It's foolish to predict.
So I keep trying to, in my brain, what is it? To define how they have gotten here.
Depth helps tremendously.
Sure.
For the first time, really, it feels like there's some depth.
Yeah.
And I think Craig Stammen has used his depth as well as you possibly can. Getting guys days, those guys that have gotten, days in the lineup have contributed on those days.
Well, he doesn't even have a ton of versatility off the bench.
Right.
The versatility is in the everyday 9.
Right.
Like Crony's going to be the utility guy that moves around.
He's played 3 positions already this year.
Yeah, I know Casty has played both corners and first base and he can DH. But I understand that. But I don't know, do we all feel super comfortable at any of those 3? Not really.
Nobody can do it.
Bryce Johnson, a utility outfielder, but, limited to the outfield. So, a lot of the creativity comes from moving at guys like Xander if you need to, Toddy if
Fernando,
you need to.
Yep. Yeah. It's been. I don't know. You can look at these 30 games or whatever. What's the record? 18-12,
19-11.
19-11. So you look at the record in 30 games, and you go, how did we get here? Right? Like, how did we get here? Well, I'll tell you. You had incredible contributions, as you said, Luis Camposano. Incredible contributions, right? Herman Marquez at times, incredible contributions for this team. Walker Buehler has had one really, really outstanding start. Mason Miller, obviously, is the guy that won you all those games when you could have lost them with a worse closer. But I think the thing that's special for me so far, they're a fun team. They're an absolutely fun team. They're a fun team to watch. They're an enjoyable brand of baseball. Ty France has been a major contributor. It's crazy.
So you're kind of touching on it, and here's what I kind of came up with in my mind as I was thinking about yesterday. The Padres are not perfect. Plenty of things they can get better and need to get better at as the season goes on. But I do believe they're a difficult team for other teams to play against.
Of course.
And there's a few reasons for that. And the depth it kind of touches on part of it, but today, who's going to step up for the San Diego Padres?
Right.
There's no, I'm at the 8-9 part of the lineup. I know that those guys aren't going to hurt us. No, the Padres 7 through 9 hitters have actually been more productive, or the 6 through 9 hitters have been more productive than the 1 through 4 hitters this season overall. No matter who's in those slots, those guys have come through. Not that they have been all-stars at the bottom of the order, but you certainly have to treat Fernando Tatis Jr. and Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts carefully if you're an opposing team. That takes it out of pitchers. You're just kind of constantly being barraged by the San Diego Padres. And even if you get through 5 innings and have not given up a hit, or 4 2/3 like Jamison Tyone, you're also just 3 batters away from
tie ball game.
Tie ball game. You know what? And it was Andujar and Castellanos this time.
Yep.
It's like every single day, the Padres are always on the verge of just about to do something during a game. And I think that makes them a difficult opponent to game plan for, for other teams to really I look at the series against the Padres, how are we going to map out our pitching? How are we going to do this? And there's no real good way to attack the San Diego Padres consistently. Yeah, you can beat them. They're absolutely beatable on days. But overall, they're going to make it hard on you every single night. They do little things well. They run the bases well. They play defense well. They're not going to give away a bunch of games. Even a bad game. We all agree, the 5-4 loss to the Cubs on Wednesday, one of their worst games of the season.
Hated it.
Wasn't sharp. There was even on a bad game, when you have your 10th best starting pitcher in your organization on the mound, who's only okay and not great, and you're going up against a starting pitcher who is hitting all the spots, a veteran, Jamison Tyone. It's not a world beater, but he was pitching well.
He did.
Even in a game like that where they're not playing well, they still had every chance to win that game.
Should have won it.
They know how to put themselves in position to win baseball games.
They're also they're interesting. It's an interesting watch. I've watched superstars, a lineup laden with superstars. It was the most boring baseball I've ever seen in my entire life. Horrible. Pathetic.
2023, the whole season.
Pathetic. It was pathetic. This is different. This feels different right now. Now, again, it's just 1 month, man. There's a long way to go. So yeah, you start fresh. April's done. That can carry you, as we saw a hot start carry this team last year. That can carry you, build just some momentum. But the moments that have happened, you can't be coming back from 4-run deficits all the time. You just won't. Baseball won't allow it. The baseball gods will not allow it. But you can. You can do it. You've done it.
And hopefully you won't need to as much as the season goes on.
That's
as
right.
you upgrade your starting pitching. Add Griffin Canning, Lucas Giolito, hopefully Joe Musgrove and Nick Pivetta later in the season. Hopefully that means most games you're going to be ahead, or it's going to be close early, not behind, and you're not going to have to rally as much. I look at the Dodgers lineup is the ultimate. There's no way to get through that lineup, safely.
No,
that's the ultimate one. The Padres are, to me, kind of like the quieter version of that. It's not the Dodgers lineup. But 1 through 9, you're going to get good at-bats. Jake Cronenworth is your number 9 hitter. He has been statistically awful.
Abysmal,
this season. But it's not an easy at-bat. You're facing Jake. He's going to work counts. He's going to work some walks. He's going to get hit, and get on base. If he's out there, he's going to run the bases well. He's been terrible, and he's still not someone that I think, Jake's coming up. I can take this batter off. You don't have that opportunity against the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, the Dodgers offense had gone through some skids like ours too. Straight up, Kyle Tucker hasn't done $65 million worth of damage yet, or whatever they're paying him. What are they paying him a year? something ridiculous,
Something like that,
45
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
ridiculous.
No, 60 something.
60 something. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't done $65 million worth of damage.
Hardly heard of him.
He had that walk off the other night. That's it.
Yeah.
But like, and Shohei was struggling. Mookie's hurt, but it was the bottom of their order. It was Pages and it was Dalton Rushing and guys like that carrying that team as well. Now they have much better starting pitching than anyone on the planet, maybe ever. And they're getting Blake Snell back. So, I caution everybody. I wouldn't compare us to them yet, but every team is going through something right now. No team is perfect. Maybe unless you're the Atlanta Braves. They're about the closest to a perfect team right now. But other than that, man, everyone's got their issues.
I think starting pitching wise, the guys who the Padres have thrown out there have almost every single time given the team a chance to win.
Almost.
Now, sometimes that means 5 innings, 3 runs, like Matt Waldron.
Sure.
It's not great. And no one's been like world beat. Like Michael King is starting to look like Michael King, which is a great sign, but he didn't have a great month of April. Randy Vasquez was really good, but he's not the guy that's going to scare you to death if you're an opposing batter going up against Randy Vasquez. Nick Pivetta was good, a couple of starts, but then of course got hurt. And, Walker Buehler and Germán Marquez has competed. Germán Marquez actually had a couple of starts that looked the best of any of the Padres starters, kind of weirdly, but also had a couple that looked like the worst starts.
Walker
this month.
had that 6-inning.
Yeah, that was one of the best ones of the month.
Like it was crazy.
Really, a fish 68 pitches, 50 strikes, something like that. That was one of the better efforts of the first month of the season.
Yeah, for sure. So I just, again, it's a long year. I mean, it's a long year. You got 132 games left, man. 132 games left to sit down and watch and hope that everybody stays healthy and gets going. And again, if, you can't make any bold proclamations like, well, look what we did while we're banged up and not hitting. We're obviously going to go on this massive run. It just doesn't work.
No, but I like to look at it. All right, you've banked your first month of the season.
Yeah, it's banked
at 19 and 11.
Yep.
You're not going to have every month's not going to be 19 and 11.
No.
But if you put together another good month and you got 5 more to go, if you put together one more really good month somewhere, you're in pretty good shape now to make the playoffs. You can play at 500 or under 500 the other 4 months. If you have another month where you're 6-7 games above 500, that'll get you to 12, 14 games over 500 at the end of the season. And that should be plenty to get to the playoffs. I mean, so you've given yourself 5 more months. Just give me one more good month somewhere, and you should be good to go for October.
You can't take anyone for granted in the big leagues. You can't take any team for granted. None. Because you saw the Marlins take 2 or 3 from the Dodgers the other night. The White Sox are hot right now, but you look at the schedule, and on paper, at the beginning of the year, on paper, you look at it and you go, okay, White Sox, Giants are down. What a day for them yesterday. We'll get to that. I've never seen anything like that. Cardinals, supposed to be not great. The Brewers, okay. The Mariners, the Dodgers, the A's, the Phillies, and the Nationals. That's your month of May. That's not really a gauntlet if you look at it. It's not a gauntlet. You got the Dodgers for sure. But yeah, man, other than that, there's a chance to.
Are there any truly bad teams in the National League?
That's the thing is I think there's
the Mets and Phillies have been the 2 worst.
They can break out anytime.
It's not like you go into, we got the Mets. That's an easy sweep. No, they have superstar players.
Same with the
giant
Phils.
Payroll. The Phillies, are going to break out at some point. So then you look at the usual suspects. The Nationals, 15 and 17. They're certainly no pushover. The Rockies, as I mentioned, have a winning record against every other team other than the San Diego Padres this season. The Giants really have been like one of the worst teams. They took 2 out of 3 from the Padres at Petco Park earlier this year. I don't think there are any pushovers in the National League this year. The American League's not as good for sure, but the National League is tough this year.
You just can't take any of these teams for granted. You just can't. But Bo said he goes, the White Sox, they're not great. I go, haven't you learned your lesson, dude? You don't speak it into existence, right? You don't take anyone for granted. When I saw Dodger fans tweeting out the other day, we've got the Death Star pitching matchup for the Marlins, I went, yeah, you never know. And they lost with Yamamoto, Ohtani, whatever, the Glass now. Like they lost 2 of those 3. That's crazy. That's crazy. That should never happen. But it did. And so you can't take any of these teams for granted, man. You got to play every game hard and clean.
And you got to, like we just said, the White Sox coming to town. You got to take them very seriously at 14 and 17. They're a game and a half out of first place in what's been a mediocre AL Central. The AL West has been mediocre so far this year.
It's anybody's ball game up
and
there.
the AL East has 3 teams under 500. We're sitting. There's still only 3 teams in the American League that have winning record.
Yeah, 3.
The Yankees, the Rays, and the Athletics.
And the Athletics are by 1, right?
They're 17 and 14 now
Okay.
after they've won 2 in a row. But everyone else is at 500 or worse in the American League. Meanwhile, the National League has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 teams above 500. Doesn't feel like there's enough teams above 500 in baseball right now.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. So, yeah, long way to go, but really good month. I mean, really, really spectacular month. Give them their flowers for a really outstanding start to the season. I mean, there's no denying, as you said. If you deny that, you're an insane person.
And credit to the unsung heroes who have been sung this season so far, but that were not expected to be big players, at least early on. The Francis, the Campusanos.
Yeah, they've been incredible.
Carrying us.
Yep.
And you'll be surprised that I'm going to say this, but there's one person that deserves a little bit of credit who's not here anymore. I think Mike Schilt still deserves a little bit of credit for the way the Padres play. Like, they did not get off to the slow start. They take every game seriously, and that's I think a remnant of Schilt. So I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you very much. We'll come back with an MLB Reach Around next year on 97.3 The Fan. Got a friend Darren Smith coming up at the bottom of the hour. We'll talk SDFC, San Diego Padres, and more at 7:35. Don't do this at 7:20 as well. And we've got Padres baseball for you tonight, 6:40 p.m. First pitch against the Chicago White Sox. German Marquez on the mound. And I feel better than I did at the start of the season about German Marquez days.
Just don't talk, though.
Don't talk about it?
Yes. Have you learned your lesson?
Isn't that mean? Like when he's doing well, like not to say anything?
Just say he's on the bump and just let it go. You don't have to give your personal feelings about how it's going to be, because I think
I'm not making a prediction. I'm just saying that I feel better than I did at the start of the season.
Are you new here?
I think it's
heard of the Ben and Woods curse?
Have you heard of the Ben and Woods curse?
Sorry.
Zip your lips.
Sorry,
Zip
Herman.
'em. Just read.
He was there last night.
Don't say anything, because Will Venable's going to find out about the Ben and Woods curse and be like, cancel that appearance.
Yeah.
I'm not going on this morning.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, Herman was dressed to the nines last night.
Was he?
Looked good, yeah.
Was Casty there?
I did not see Casty.
I didn't see any pictures of Casty.
I did not see Casty.
I thought he would be there with, no shirt, suit jacket.
Gavin Sheets was their stag.
Yeah.
I said, hey, couldn't get a date, and he goes, my wife tore her ACL. She couldn't join me. I felt bad.
So. Yeah.
Couldn't get a date, by the way. Yeah, sorry, she's on crutches, bud.
Yeah.
Tore her ACL.
I was just kind of teasing, but
Yeah,
I knew he could get a date.
He absolutely.
Derry Bonds can definitely get a date in
he has
San
a
Diego.
permanent
And
date.
he's married
right,
too, as
right,
well.
Right.
So
Holy Sheets! Love him.
While the Padres were
He's
off,
fired
though,
up, by the way. He's fired. I mean,
against his old team.
Yeah, but he said, I liked his comment. He goes, honestly, they did me a favor. I've never been happier in my life than to be here. And, good luck to him. But this is everything to me. I love that. He really likes being here. And then we got him on a steal. He's been a steal.
I mean, in general, guys like coming to San Diego. It's consistently voted the best visiting road trip of the season for other guys. So they want to be here. I would imagine that given the situation of the White Sox, that getting from Chicago to San Diego was particularly beneficial for Gavin Sheets.
No doubt. I'm so glad he's here. Just love him. Seems like such a good dude and so well liked in the clubhouse. But yeah, I mean, anytime you go up against a team that said, we're good, we don't want you anymore. I hope he busts out.
I don't know.
Week.
Did we talk about it yesterday? It was interesting. He wasn't in the starting lineup on Wednesday, and he had taken the pitch to the elbow.
That was nasty too.
Wasn't feeling great, but he said, "Hey, if you need me for an at bat," and Randy Knorr called on him to pinch hit in the ninth inning to get Ben Brown essentially out of the game, and then he called him back for Ramon Laureano. I thought didn't work out. Obviously, Laureano struck out, and the game ended. But I thought a nice little piece of strategery from bench coach Randy Knorr filling in for Craig Stammen.
It's always the panic. I mean, you have to make sure that you're covered, right? In that, it's the penalty. We'll just go to Sheets here. All right, well, we'll go to Milner or whoever they went to, the lefty. But yeah, I mean, burning a guy for nothing. But if he wasn't feeling great anyway, it was like
the perfect use. We're going to use you, but we're not really going to use you. And it worked out pretty well. By the way, Craig Stammen is back. I saw him yesterday. Didn't speak to him, but he was dressed. He had the kind of the white, light-colored suit on as he came.
I didn't see any of him.
The dinner on the diamond.
Nicky P was there. Ben, he was there with his wife. I saw that. Jackson was there with his girl. Was Joe there? Joe was there.
Joe was there. Yeah. Joe had the light. He went the baby blue.
Nice.
Tuxedo suit.
Nice. Everyone looked really sharp. I saw Ruben was there.
Ruben.
Was Ben Fritz there?
I did not see Ben Fritz.
Wonder if he wears jeans and boots and a sport coat.
I'm going to ask you this quickly before we get to the reach around. Who do you think was the first player to arrive?
First player to arrive.
First player. Because it actually makes some sense when you think about it.
Manny Machado.
No. Manny and Toddy were near the end.
Crony.
No, he was also near the end. I'll give you a hint. He was also the first player to arrive every morning when we were at spring training.
Luis Camposano.
Freddie Fermin.
Oh,
they were both early.
Nick Castellanos.
Castellanos.
Castellanos was early too, but Freddie Fermin was the very first person Catchers are always early.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Catchers always arrive
actually,
early.
every year we go to spring training, it's
Yeah, it
always
was
whether it
Alfaro,
was Brett Sullivan,
Sully, yeah.
like it didn't matter who, the catchers are always there.
And apparently, even for dinner, they are early arrivers.
He's like me. It's got to be there. It's like, oh, we have 2 hours until we eat.
Yeah.
So,
all right, shall we go around the rest of Major League Baseball? Paulie, if you would. They're doing the reach around. They're doing the reach around. Everybody's doing the reach around. Padres off. Dodgers off yesterday. But
Giants were not off.
No, the Giants were not off, and the Diamondbacks were not off, and neither of them actually. Only 3 teams in the NL West played, but they accounted for 4 losses yesterday.
Tough scene.
The Brewers trashed the Diamondbacks 13-1, but it wasn't really a great win for Milwaukee either because Brandon Woodruff went out, and in the first inning, the velocity was down like 7 miles an hour.
What was he throwing, like 87?
87. And they like,
God,
so
man.
they took him out of the game.
Again.
Took him for examinations, imaging. I assume we'll hear more today or certainly this weekend about Brandon Woodruff. But if you're a Milwaukee Brewers fan,
You're used to this.
you were
though.
holding your breath.
Well, you're used to this. This is a guy with an elite level of talent that just cannot stay healthy. And what a weird feeling that must be, you guys, to go out there and hump up you get the old number 1, you throw the fastball, and you're like, that doesn't look right. That's adult league. Like, what are we doing here? And it's just horrible. You just wish a guy like that could stay healthy. Now, think about the Brewers, Benny. They got guys waiting in the wings.
Logan Henderson is the
is a
first one, I
G,
believe,
dude.
that they can call up that appears to be pretty ready at AAA Nashville to come up. So,
Daddy's pretty long on him, too.
they've done a good job. I mean, they lose guys every single year. And
Every year.
Next man up for the
Always.
Milwaukee Brewers.
They'll trade their best pitchers and be fine.
But let's not lie. It's always tough to lose a veteran pitcher for any extended period of time. Just like, Padres are hurting by losing Nick Pivetta for an extended period of time. Not easy even for the Milwaukee Brewers, but they did win yesterday this is hard to do. So they got rained out on Wednesday. So they played the old doubleheader against the Phillies in Philadelphia yesterday. I had a lead in the 9th inning of game 1. We're up 2-1. And then the Phillies rallied for 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to walk it off with a 3-2 win, I think on an infield single. And then in the second game, they were up 5-4 in the bottom of the 9th. Kyle Schwarber at the plate, and he delivered the game-tying double to send the game to the 10th inning.
Base open, by the way.
Yeah, they could have walked him. They pitched to him. And then in the bottom of the 10th, Alec Boehm, who's gotten off to a tough start, came through with the sacrifice fly with the runner at third, got him over, got him in, and the Phillies end up walking off twice the Giants. Same winning pitcher for the Phillies in both games as they sweep the doubleheader. Phillies needed that badly, and that's got a sting for the Giants.
That is such a rough, what does Mud call them? The hang with them? 2 of
Big
them.
league hang with them.
Big league hang with them. 2, you get walked off twice in the same day, and you are scuffling badly. And, your stars aren't starring at all in San Francisco. You've got the new manager.
It's not hard to see. New manager, couple wins like that. The Phillies going on a bit of a run to get back into this thing sometime before the All-Star break.
I'm telling you, man, the Giants fans, there's some good ones, man, that I follow, and they're at their wits' end with Devers, with Chapman, they're with all of them. I mean, they just cannot believe the team that was put together. They're turning on Buster Posey, which is kind of why, like, when you're a legend of a franchise, maybe it's not the smartest thing to be like, you know what? Give me the big chair. I want the big chair. I know I won World Series. I was the captain and MVP and everything. I want to be the GM of the team that I played for. They'll turn on you quick, and they're turning on Buster Posey right now in San Francisco. They hate this team. They hate him.
The Cincinnati Reds beat the Colorado Rockies 6-4. And how about the Reds? We talked about the Padres
staying hot.
Not necessarily the numbers behind the numbers great, but Cincinnati's 20-11 after the first month of the season. Best start for them in quite a while. I forget which year it was, but it's been a while since they've gotten off to such a good start this season. And they've done it despite some injuries. 2 guys have been insanely hot.
Ellie De La Cruz has been absolutely
and Steer, right?
incredible.
Has been really good.
Incredible.
So they're off to a red-hot start. The Cardinals might be the most surprising team in baseball. Really thought if there was going to be one bad team, rebuilding team, let the veterans go, hey, let's take our lumps this year and build for the future, it was going to be the Cardinals. They have been very solid. They completed that road mop of the Pirates, and they did it by beating Paul Skeens and tagging him for 5 runs, 4 earned in 5 innings and a 10-5 win.
Paul Skeens. I love J.J.
Skeens has been
too.
really, ever since that first game, been really good since then, including a win over the Padres, but not as good yesterday against the Cardinals.
My other beloved prospect took him deep on the 3rd pitch of the game, and it was a
Weatherholt.
Weatherholt,
Yeah,
colossal shot.
Gee.
What a stud! I mean, and again, a young. Well, I think he's 23, rookie, comes up and makes immediate impact. And look at this team, man. They're 18 and 13 right now, 5 games above 500. We'll see them. Did I say the Cardinals? Yeah, we'll have them this month.
Yeah, Padres see him next weekend. The Mets finished April with a 10-21 record, opposite side of the coin, as they were beaten by the Nationals again. Lost that series 5-4. Old friend James Wood robbed old friend Juan Soto of a home run with a nice catch at the wall. Tigers over the Braves. Braves finally lose one, 5-2, to avoid the sweep with a little late offense for Detroit. The Orioles and Astros played a doubleheader as well after they got rained out on Wednesday. First game, all Orioles, 10-3. Chris Bassett, 7 innings, 1 earned run. Second game, all Astros, 11-5. Yordan Alvarez hit his 12th home run of the season. The A's are in first place. They beat the Royals to win their series against Kansas City 6-3. And the Twins got a nice game from Byron Buxton, 3 for 4 with a home run and a double. They topped the Blue Jays 7-1.
Excellent reach around.
All right, we will come back with Don't Do This in our next segment. Usually just like a basketball game and a lopsided outcome doesn't fit for Don't Do This, but last night was fairly unique in the NBA playoffs.
That was special, actually.
So we're going to have to bring it up when we come back. That is next with Ben and Woods after a check of traffic, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
But first, Ben, before we get to traffic, I wanted to tell you about Eco Water. And I've got the Eco Water system at the home.
You got them jugs, don't you?
I do, and I fill them every single day with my Eco Water from Eco Water SoCal. Every day, shower in it, drink it at home, make my coffee with it. It's liquid clarity, a deep soak for your system. Sharpens your focus, make sure everything runs beautifully smooth. If you're still using the plastic bottles, you got to ditch those ASAP. Listen, no more single-use plastic, right? You deserve better. Eco Water SoCal brings the soft life right to your kitchen sink, your shower, everywhere in your home with mineral-rich alkaline water. Balances your pH, fuels your body every single day. And you can totally tell the difference after a while. You think, water's water. It's just not. It's not even close. So, listen, the only choice I'll make for my family, it will go with me wherever I go for the rest of my life. 760-350-3338, 760-350-3338, or you can go to ecowatersocal.com. Just let them know Woodsy from 97.3 The Fan sent you, please. Not everything in life should be hard, guys, especially your water. Keeping it soft since 1925. It's Eco Water SoCal.
Okay, player. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Got Darren Smith coming up at the bottom of the hour. First, though, time for Don't Do This, brought to you by Dixie Line Lumber and Home Centers, helping San Diego homeowners and contractors fix it, build it, and
enjoy it.
All right, I will start with a story from the NFL. And one of the Sanders boys getting into some hot water. This time it's Shiloh Sanders, who was responding to a report from longtime Cleveland Browns beat writer Mary Kay Cabot. She's covered the team, I think, since 1991.
Wow.
So decades of NFL coverage. And she offered an opinion this past week that Deshaun Watson was ahead of his brother Shadur in the quarterback room for the Cleveland Browns going into this season. Now, you may agree, you may disagree with that opinion. Unsurprisingly, Shiloh disagreed with that opinion, but the way he disagreed with it, reposting it on Instagram and telling Mary Kay Cabot to go make a sandwich, was met with a lot of backlash on Instagram.
Will you say Ben saying, go make a sandwich? Thank you. I can use it out of context somewhere.
That's right. Right. Sure. Plenty of criticism. Shiloh continues to double down, going, hey, I'm in the media now too. He didn't stick with his NFL team. I think the Tampa Bay Bucks went undrafted, did not.
I'm in the media now too.
So I'm trying to offer my opinion. Well, yeah, it's okay to offer your opinion. You can respectfully disagree with Mary Kay Cabot's take, and you can even support your brother. No one has a problem with that. He doesn't seem to understand that what everyone has a problem with is telling a female reporter, go make a sandwich, as though you don't belong in the man's world. Go do something like a homemaker would do.
It's just so dumb, and it's just
go make a sandwich.
Thank you,
Ben.
Jeez, dude. It's just such a tired trope, you know.
It is.
It's just tired. So that happened to Aaron Andrews too. Remember that?
Yes.
That's the company you want to keep?
No, perhaps we've advanced so far he didn't even realize what he was doing. But at some point, you know, he's deleted it. Go make a sandwich Now I'm hungry.
That is one of my favorite new drops, Ben.
And then the misogyny bell.
So yesterday, got a text from Paulie on a group,
I was at the dinner on the Diamond, so I was missing all of this.
group thread
this
with
is
Adam
unbelievable.
on it. Now Adam is from Hot Atlanta. He's a big Atlanta Hawks fan, and they had a 2-1 lead in the series against the New York Knicks at one point. Then they didn't, and they started getting blown out. And last night was one of the craziest things ever. Paulie texts, he goes, I just turned the television on. The Hawks are down by 50. It's the second quarter. And I go, and I never watch basketball. I go, well, I'm turning this on.
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
I was like, hey, okay. I walked into my living room and the game was on and I had to like sit there and stare at the TV. I was like wiping my eyes. I was like, am I on drugs? Like what happened here?
I mean, yes, but
but am I on those kinds of drugs?
Correct.
I'm like, dude, it was like 5 minutes to go in the first half.
As soon as I turn it on, there's a fight, a brawl, where people are getting trucked. A ref goes down. 2 guys got ejected. Another coach got in the middle of all these guys fighting, and he's on the ground. And I'm like, what is happening? It just devolved, right? But listen to some of these numbers.
It was some of the most chaotic sports I've ever seen.
This is unbelievable, all right? Listen to these numbers. At one point, the Knicks went on a 25-2 run, a 39-4 run, a 41-7 run, a 52-8 run, and a 63-11 run.
Good Lord.
They got trucked. Absolutely trucked.
At home.
And at one point, the Knicks led by 61 points in a playoff game, an elimination game for the Hawks. And of course, this is the worst. I've been through this before. So they had scheduled to perform at halftime Young Jock. He's an Atlanta rapper. Still have to do it. So he went out and did it. PA guy still had to do the bits. They still had to do the defense.
They call it the swag,
screech.
the swag surf or something, the swag city surf.
Yep.
Like they had guys with microphones like, come on, everybody.
Everybody
get
to
your
the
flashlights
left.
right, left. And people are just sitting there. They're down by over 50 points.
in an
points.
elimination game
Correct.
in the playoffs.
You're done.
Season's over.
You just spent God only knows for those tickets.
What would be the baseball equivalent? All right, you're down 3-2 in a best of 7 National League Championship Series.
14-0 loss.
Like in the third, no, like in 14-0 in like the third inning.
Yeah.
Like there's just no hope. There's
Zero.
no hope of coming back from a 50-point deficit in the second quarter. That's nuts. It's crazy.
I've had to do it, man, at a Seals game too. And Seals would get down, and they can score in bunches, but there's a couple games we just got blown out. It just happens. A bad night, 12-2. And my guy next to me, the production director was like, hey, come on. I'm like, for what? It's 12-2 with 3 minutes left. You really want me to try to get the crowd hyped at this point? Like, I don't know that we're scoring 10 goals, but
it's a no-win situation.
You really are.
Because you can't totally just like go silent.
Yeah,
but
you can't just
also
sit there.
Don't want to act like everything's fine when your team is down that big.
Mike Breen, Richard Jefferson, Tim Legler had to fill time like they were calling a lopsided baseball game on a Wednesday afternoon in August. That's exactly right. But those runs are staggering. So sorry, Adam. Sorry to the people of Atlanta, but your season is over, and it is over in a spectacular fashion.
Darren's a Knicks fan, right?
Yeah, Darren's a big Knicks fan.
Yeah.
Not over the 76ers season. They beat the Celtics to force a game 7 last night. Is over the Denver Nuggets season. They were eliminated by the Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yep.
110-98. T-Wolves against the Spurs in the conference semifinals.
This is not an NBA update reach around segment.
Just thought I'd throw it in there while we were talking NBA.
We don't do the NBA reach around.
Apparently not. We do this. NBA reach around.
They're doing the
reach
NBA.
around.
Everybody doing the
NBA.
Reach around.
NBA reach.
What an intro for that, by the way. Fantastic.
All right, finally a little do this.
DD mega doo doo.
You know what? People make mistakes. All we can ask is that they try to be better, own up to them, and be better. And we had the story earlier this week about the Guardians Rays game and the fan who wrestled the home run ball away from the little girl,
10-year-old girl,
Caught
put her
in
in
4K.
tears. Yeah, caught.
And we
Busted.
actually, that was a do this because one of the broadcasters for the Rays came out with a ball and
Yeah.
gave it to her to try to make things okay. But the guy was shamed mercilessly, of course, on the internet. We have an update, Paulie, and some sound here.
Yeah, the guy that took the baseball was reached out to by local television. Who was it? Fox 8, one of the local affiliates in Cleveland, and they had him out there. He had a message for this little girl and everybody that has been in his DMs since the incident happened.
Man,
but I just thought, look,
I hate that we do this. Man.
Terrible moment, but I think it's important to shed light when guys do the right thing and own it and apologize.
This all kind of just happened in the heat of the moment.
Tell us your side of the story. Now, how did that unfold?
I mean, first of all, I want to just put out an apology and just say I'm sorry. I'm sorry to the family. I'm sorry to the parents, the little girl, her brother. I'm so utterly sorry for everything that's transpired. Like you said, it was a heat of the moment thing. I made a really bad decision, a lot of bad decisions, and I'm paying for it online. And I understand the backlash. I understand everything that everyone has said to me, but there was no malintent, and I did give it back to her. But I didn't do it in a timely fashion. And if I could do it all over again, I would have just grabbed it, given it to her, and been done with it.
Well, Evelyn, we have some sound from her, and she wants to say something to you right now.
Hi, Max. Thanks for giving us the ball back. We forgive you for it. We know the internet has been going wild over this. We hope they forgive you.
I appreciate that from Evelyn. Thank you so much for saying that. And thank you to their whole family. That means a lot to me. It's been a rough 24 hours, 36 hours. A lot of people have said a lot of really mean things. I've handled it. I've tried to block it out and get away from it. But people find a way to say stuff and try to get in contact with me. And I'm just trying to do good by myself and my business. And I just, I hope that people in the city, and people here in Cleveland and Guardians fans and everybody can, forgive me, give me a second chance, personally, with my business, stuff like that. That's all I can ask for,
What is his business? Has that been taking a hit as well?
I am sure. I don't know what he does. I didn't look it up, but I am sure if he's a small business owner or whatever company he works for,
they're one-starring him to death,
crushing his Yelp and Google reviews. And look, the guy made a very stupid decision. Who among us hasn't made stupid decisions? Maybe not that decision, but stupid decisions. That's how you own it. That's how you move on. I don't think this guy deserves death threats. He doesn't deserve to lose his job.
And
he
the
doesn't
little
need
girl
to ruin his life
forgiving
over this.
him. All right, let's move on now.
Yeah.
How much more sorry is utterly sorry than just regular sorry?
A lot.
It's a lot more sorry.
I think so.
Utterly sorry.
I'm utterly embarrassed.
Utterly.
So much worse.
Utterly is a good word to use when you really want to emphasize something.
I was utterly embarrassed walking into Mickey D's yesterday, just so you know. I'm utterly sorry for doing it. So there.
I'm embarrassed sometimes walking into In-N-Out, but I'm utterly embarrassed walking into McDonald's.
That's right.
And we are utterly done with Don't and Do This for a Friday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
Darren Smith probably utterly regrets coming on with us every week, but he's going to join us, talk a little SDFC and Padres in our next segment. Stick around. Ben and Woods on San Diego. Segment on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
It is indeed a Friar Friday, and joining us on our SDCCU Management Report coming up at 9 o'clock will be the Assistant General Manager of the San Diego Padres, Josh Steiner, yeah. That's what they call him, Bud. Yeah, Steiner. But first, we got Darren Smith standing by. We'll talk SDFC. Smitty. Get some thoughts on the Padres as well this hour on Ben and Woods, brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com.
Can't really do Shapiro-y.
Shappy.
Shappy.
I like it.
We will talk with Smitty. I don't ever hear anyone referring to him as Smitty, but we will talk to him coming up after traffic on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
No delays in the 94 eastbound direction as you make your way towards Lemon Grove. Westbound direction's looking pretty good until you reach 28th Street. Then you're going to have a bit of busy traffic getting onto I-5 northbound.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water.
What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? We always bottle our Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source, and all our bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from our own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source.
Nicknames are kind of weird. You're one of the only people who calls me Benny. Matt Janella does as well.
Yep.
My buddy Scott sometimes calls me Benji.
I call you Benji too.
Sometimes as well, but normally it's just Ben. Anyone call you Smitty?
Smitty.
Darren?
Yeah. Higgy and Woodsy.
Yeah. Mud calls me Higgy.
Higgy. Yeah. Nobody around here really, but most of my childhood friends, those that I'm still in contact with, will definitely drop a Smitty, but then there are also guys like Patty and Fitzy and all those kind of types. So it's pretty common for me, but just hasn't really stuck around these parts.
You're D Smith. That's what you are. You're D Smith. You're D Smith.
Yeah, it's easy. It's easy. It's like the social media channel is just the D Smith. So
that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Super easy, man. Are you?
Just want to say I am also utterly happy to be here. This
good.
morning.
I'm glad you're
utterly glad.
Utterly thrilled to have you.
to have you. Ben made me feel a little better. What was your stat about their record last year? And the record this
SCFC.
year?
It was brought up during the media session that they're only a game off their pace from last year, and we all know how last year ended with the supporter shield top of the table at the end of the year. So there's still time to bounce back for SDFC.
Is that what was said yesterday?
It was. It was mentioned by one of the other reporters that they were 4-4-2. I think.
Yeah.
At this point, they had yet to take off really at this point last year.
Yeah, I mean, this stat would have been a lot better had they won one of the last two games, because then they would have been exactly equal where they were in 2025, but they didn't. So it now gets converted into, well, you're not far off the pace of last year. But, it is true. I mean, I do think that there are some things that you can point to where you would rightfully say, and not just because you're part of the broadcast, you would rightfully say it does not feel like it is that far off, but that has an expiration date. You can't keep saying this forever.
Right.
So, at some point they just got to get it together. They have to win. I think it's a good opportunity upcoming this weekend. It's LAFC. I went to that game on Wednesday night. They're still involved in CONCACAF Champions Cup. I would expect they're going to be rotating. So they're not going to be playing a lot of their key figures. Their coach had this post-match diatribe where he was complaining about even having to play in San Diego this weekend. He thought the league should have done him a solid and given him the weekend off or postponed the match to a different date. So
sounds very LA of them, doesn't it? I mean, that's very.
Yeah, what do we have to go down there? What do we have to play the game on the schedule?
It's in the water in that city. I think that's very, very Los Angeles.
It was very bizarre. Kind of came out of nowhere. Like in the post-game press conference, he's the winning coach. He's like this is a joke. Why do we have to go and play? So, we'll see. I think that you're dealing with, obviously you're still dealing with being in a 5-game losing streak and winless in 7, and now injuries are starting to become a real factor with Luca Bombino, who I didn't see yesterday out there on the training ground, and now it sounds like Yeppe Dvorskov's going to probably miss. Well, he's going to miss tomorrow for sure. So, you're going through it. And, again, it's nobody's going to feel sorry for the team. And, it's up to them to try to figure out a way to perform better and, just get a win, which would just be such a pressure release at this point.
Talking to Darren Smith here on Ben and Woods this morning. More tired of talking about Chucky Lozano or what's wrong with Fernando Tatis Jr. Go.
Yeah.
I
Both.
mean, equal, right? 1 and 1A.
I know. I can feel like the energy just being drained on the Tatis stuff.
100%.
It's just like my energy is his energy at this point, and I'm sure it's similar. You're just like, I don't know. I'm sitting here talking about launch angle again.
Here we go again in body language and with Chuk.
I mean, at least the thing with Fernando is, you feel like there's legitimate reasons to think that he could pop tonight.
Yeah, and
there's no real reason to think that the Chucky stuff is going to change. So, it's not happening.
You're right.
There's been lots of reasons why. But this is what happens when you're losing.
Yeah.
When the team was getting through Pumas and when the team was starting with 3 clean sheets, nobody was like, I don't know, this Chucky stuff. It stinks. I think the whole situation is, I keep saying this every time, I went on a Portland Timbers podcast last week, and I think the whole thing's kind of sad. I think he should be playing someplace.
Sure.
I mean, he should be trying to get into the World Cup squad for Mexico, right? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It doesn't feel like it's his biggest priority, and he should be playing. It just isn't. It's not here, and I think from that standpoint, it's just gonna, it just lingers. It just kind of hovers around, and it pops up at times where you sort of expect it. So, I wish there was a better solution for it, but right now it's just a sort of status quo on that.
I would be shocked. Mikey Varas is committed. I mean, the guy believes what he believes, and they have made their decision on Chucky Lozano. Do you think there's anything that could change their mind at this point? I mean, Chucky, hat in hand, goes, I was so wrong. I want to be totally on board with the program. You will never hear a peep out of me. I just don't think that he can. I don't think Mikey can go back. He's made his decision. He firmly believes what he believes, and that's not changing anytime soon.
No, and I don't think it's just him though. And he's the guy that stands there and does the press conferences, right? He was the guy that went viral last week with the no chance line. and then asked again afterwards because he's the one that does the post-game press conferences. But the person who announced it was the sporting director, who was Tyler Heaps. And, last I checked, unless I'm misunderstanding the dynamic at San Diego Football Club, the head coach reports to the sporting director. And the sporting director explained the chain of command all the way up to ownership that was on board and involved in this decision. So it's not just about a coach. I know I know it's because it's his face and it's because it's him at the podium. And I understand it. I understand. It's like, well, what happened? What could have happened that was so bad in that locker room at halftime? And it's, it's not just about that moment. I think it's a series of things that might have culminated in that moment, but it is very clearly, to me, it is the sporting director, the general manager of the team, the head coach, and others in the organization. So I think you'd have to do more, just in a hypothetical, because I don't think this is where this is heading. But, you'd have to probably do more than just change out a head coach if you're going to find some resolution here. Their decision is made, and I think that they thought that they could move on from this by now, that maybe that his desire to want to go and play in the World Cup would help create a resolution for the situation, and it just hasn't happened. So as a result, what we get is these kind of weird social media posts from the player by himself standing on a field with music in the background and awkward answers to questions from the head coach as well when he's asked about it.
Yeah, he's like a squatter. He's basically just squatting there right now. At this point, I
know.
I
and
saw,
it stinks.
It stinks, yeah. And I think it was Kraz wrote about it. It said the league's first transfer window of the season is closed. The next one opens July 12th. So does that mean this dude's going to be lurking around for 2.5 more months?
Yeah, and that's the time during the World Cup break as well. So I think it's it's pretty clear that that's the next opportunity and that's the priority. That you have to figure out a resolution on this, not just because it's sort of clumsy and it leads to situations like having him post on social media from the training ground, right? Like
so weird.
I mean, that was just so weird where he's just like doing this selfie video by himself on the team's in a 3-game losing streak. I mean, how do you think that goes over in a locker room? I don't know. But also it's like you also need that designated player spot. Like if you're going to come to some sort of financial resolution or whatever, or you're going to transfer him to another team or whatever.
Yeah.
You also just need that spot. Like you need, at some point here this summer, I think it's pretty clear, one of the things that we're seeing play out in real time is, they know what they're going to have to address in the summer transfer window, and having this subtracted from the squad in order to make an addition to the squad is definitely a priority for them.
Talking to Darren Smith here on our SDCCU fan hotline, and mentioned earlier, Darren, that there's not a single person in San Diego who wouldn't have instantly signed up for a 19-11 start for the San Diego Padres. That is good, very good. But the Padres are off to a good start. Do you believe they're a good baseball team overall, though? Because there are some numbers behind the numbers that would be cause for concern, not just Fernando Tatis Jr., but with the pitching staff, with Jackson Merrill right now. There are reasons for some pessimism as well.
Yeah, I mean, they're 19-11. I'm glad that they banked these early wins. I was thinking about this. Speaking about Tatis, wasn't he off? Like, didn't he have an amazing April last year and then it leveled off?
Yeah,
kind of tailed off towards the end of the year. So maybe this would go in reverse. I don't know. I don't know that I'd bet money on that, but maybe. Do I think they're good? I mean, I think that they've given you reasons to believe that maybe they won't sustain this pace, whatever that winning percentage is. But, I do think that the lineup, I think that, having a much deeper lineup, I think the bullpen, after a couple of bumps and bruises early on, I think, if it's an Estrada that's coming back, I do think Morejon will probably look more like Morejon from last year than he will what he's looked like for the first couple of weeks. I'm not convinced that it's a world beater. I'm not convinced that it's a team that's got a 90% chance of going to the playoffs. And obviously we know over the long span of a season that, these innings will add up. These extra innings for people will add up, especially guys that are being asked to do certain things. I mean, there's like some correlation there with SDFC when you're talking about having a shorter squad or a shorter pitching staff. So yeah, I don't love it, but I do think that they deserve to be 19-11, and I think that that's bought them a little bit of time to address some of the stuff that they need to address. But yeah, I mean, I probably feel a bit better about it today than I did a year ago. I know that the offense has struggled and the starting pitching looks a little bit dodgy, but I also think that they figured out a way to win some of these games, and that's good. I mean, winning when you're not at your best, I think, is always, as cliche as it sounds, one of those qualities that we always look to and say, that's a mark of a good team, a team that's going to find solutions. So like I'm on board with it. Maybe a little overinflated in the record, but so what? Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, there's been other times where you played well and you haven't had the results. So those things balance out.
That's exactly right. And we're gonna have Josh Stein on
Steiner
at 9 this morning. And I listen, it's crazy because I'm sitting here going, yep, you're going to need, probably at the deadline, this. You're already planning for it if you're a Padres fan. And, you start to see reports come out, oh, this guy's actually tearing it up and this guy's tearing it up. I fully expect it to be as it's been. If the Padres continue at this pace, maybe they don't even need any help. But, if they do get there and it's, they're definitely in it, I expect them to be pretty active. And again, prospects are playing well, and guys like Ethan Salas, is he going to make it till next year? It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've also had some questions about the last couple of seasons. Nobody really seemed convinced at all for 162 games that bunting your way to the postseason was going to work. The previous season, it's like, well, how much longer can you go with Matt Waldron? Like at some point, this isn't this, and he did enough that he got you to the point where other players were. Do I have that timeline right? I think so.
Yeah.
So he was able to do enough that you were able to, go out there and find the pieces or the players that you were going to rely on for more important games, respectfully. So I feel like it's just every sort of season you sit here. I mean, it's just the way baseball is.
Yeah.
Guys like Josh Stein don't sit around for the most part. My experience, at least. On all the conversations I've had with the Kevin Towers or the conversations I've had with AJ Preller, nobody ever sits around at 19-11 in baseball and is like, hey, these are the things that are going well. They're doing exactly what we're doing here. They're like, these are the things that are going to hold us back, and that's really what the first half of a season is in baseball, is trying to figure out what the things are that you feel like might hold you back, no matter what your record is. The best record in the league, the general manager with the best team in the league, is doing the same thing. He's saying, what's wrong? Do I need another outfielder?
Yeah.
Do I need a little bit more speed? Do I need a backup infielder? Do I need a bullpen arm? So, it's just sort of the nature of the sport that you tend to view these things through this lens all the time, to say, like, what is wrong with this, so that I know how much time I have to try to fix it. And when you play every day, it's just sort of the way that you're wired when you're covering baseball.
Last thing for me, Darren. Technically, the Padres won't have a new owner for at least a few more weeks. Going to have to go through the approval process of Major League Baseball. But how much do we read into the signing of Lucas Giolito as like an indication of what Jose Feliciano is going to want to do when he becomes owner of the Padres?
Hard to tell. I was really hoping, Benny, that you would be posting pictures of Jose Feliciano. Or
Did not see him
yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I was really hoping that. Instead, we had to settle for Emma Stone, I guess. Look at you, rubbing elbows.
Unbelievable.
Hollywood elite.
He's
amazing. Our Benny Higgy.
I was simply the paparazzi. It's the lowest form of life there is.
I don't know about that. You're highfalutin. Stop.
Did you follow Kyle Mooney out to his car and just harassing him?
It was nice to meet him.
What time's Emma coming on the show today?
Oh, I wish.
Or is she going on Channel 10? I don't know. I mean, it's interesting because it's not like they broke the bank to do it. If they extended, let's say, I don't know, pick a player, Ramon Laureano or Mason Miller. They gave Mason Miller a $100 million contract. You would think that's something that probably carries over into the next tenure. But I mean, $3 million with a couple of add-ons, it didn't feel like it was cost prohibitive. It felt like it was opportunistic. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say exactly how involved he was. I think, the next test obviously will come with what it is that we were just talking about, which, if you do need to go out there and you do need to get ownership sign off on something significant up into the trade deadline, whether that's trading in Ethan Salas or bringing in a contract or bringing in more money, I think that'll be the next test. But kind of hard to know when the guy hasn't been officially introduced or sworn in or whatever it is in Major League Baseball. Kind of hard to know, but yeah, maybe there's something there, or maybe this was just a parting gift from the Seidler family where they're like, F it, we'll find a couple bucks for it. make it happen. And let's bring this guy in here so that we're not turning this leaky ship over to the new owner.
Jose, raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear
bring a World
Series championship to San Diego.
It's a good bit, actually. See if we can get him to do it if we ever meet him.
That'd be amazing. Yeah, you guys could do that. You got Manny on the lifetime contract.
That's right.
So.
That's right.
Yeah, swear this guy in. We need him sworn
I like
in
it.
some capacity.
I
We
like
have a
it.
standard around here when it comes to recent ownership.
That's
So
right.
Let's uphold that for sure.
I love it. Thanks, D. Smith.
Put your hand on the baseball reference or something.
The media guy, maybe.
The Art of Hitting by Ted Williams or something.
Yeah, something from the Hall of Champions or whatever. Balboa Park.
Darren, have a good weekend. Good luck to SDFC tomorrow night. I did say and asked Mikey that sometimes when you play a rival and a good team like this, you need that to just turn things around. So a win could be exactly what they're looking for against this particular team tomorrow.
I think so. I mean, I would have thought that was the case against Portland just because of the postseason history. I felt like it was the right opponent at the right time. And Mikey's not BSing when he said there were things to like. I think they're still a little bit timid in terms of just their, taking those shots. Like your build-up play is great. Like, don't make the extra pass. As the saying goes in the sport, sometimes you need to see a goal go in off somebody's ass every once in a while.
100%.
So, knock it in off their ass this weekend, and let's see what happens. And hopefully we'll feel better about it next week.
Smitty, always appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks, D.
Iggy, Woodsy, Paulie. Love you guys.
Love you,
Darren
buddy.
Smith on our SDCCU fan hotline, not Big Bang Banking. It is better. We will come back in our 8 o'clock hour. We'll play a little Take on Woods, and we'll get some early Rindle Report highlights before a cavalcade of guests, including Josh Stein and Will Venable in hour
We
number
don't
3.
usually
In hour
ever
number
have
4.
3 guests in a whole show.
Much
we got
less
3
1
in an hour.
Or in a week.
It's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
All right, we're halfway home on a Friday. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Excellent Friday. I'm wishing all of you an excellent Friday afternoon. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. Who am I just reminded, by the way, that 1 week from right now, he will be playing at golf at Bandon Dunes, a bucket list item for our own Benjamin Higgins.
Indeed.
Just a golf trip every other weekend.
Oh, yes.
Okay. That's the plan.
Yeah, because
what's next?
Because I can't do one every week.
Well, I asked him, I said, do you have everything you need for your trip? And he said, yeah, mostly. I do need to buy some rain panties, is a quote that
It's an actual
on my children's
we
soul.
both immediately like, what?
Excuse me?
What the hell did you just say?
I said,
just felt
what?
like they're not full pants. They're just rain panties.
Rain panties. What kind of things go on at Bandon Dunes? I know it's isolated up there,
It can
but
be very wet there. It's just you have to be prepared for moisture when you are playing golf on the Oregon coast.
I just swallowed. Like I was not going to speak as he was on a roll there with clip after clip after clip. I don't know what rain panties are. I'm assuming they're. Did you mean?
I think they're just rain pants. Yeah,
rain pants. Okay. Yeah, I took some when I went on my bucket list for my 50th out to Manchester, England.
So you're going to be outside all day at an Oasis concert, and if it started raining, there was nothing you could do about it.
Well, they're like, hey, man, I know it's like summer. It pours rain and it's freezing. So come prepared. So there was one day it was hot. Next day when we went out to the show, it was pouring rain. So I did have some like moisture wicking pants, and I had a great slicker on, and I had some shoes that were waterproof.
And that's one of the great things about Bandon. There's no like rainouts. Like here, if it's pouring rain, you don't play golf. But there,
no rain out?
There, it's built on sand dunes, so it doesn't puddle. It all drains really well.
Okay.
So as long as you can battle the elements, it's like going to Scotland in that sense that you just play through it. That's part of the game. The wind and the rain is part of the game up there, so you have to be prepared for it. The other thing you may know about Bandon, there are no carts, so it's all walking all the time.
Oh my God.
You can get caddies, and we've got one for some of our rounds that we're looking forward to someone to carry the bags, but you still have to walk the whole day, sometimes 36 holes. So that's going to be, 10 to 20 miles of walking a day to play golf. So the other thing I'm doing today to prepare is I am going to the podiatrist right after the show because I've had this painful corn on my toe for a long time, and it just won't go away. But they can do this procedure.
That word.
Corn?
That sounds
Corn.
disgusting.
I've got a corn.
I gotta get a corn removed off of my foot. That sounds like
It's the
most
worst.
nasty. Yeah.
A corn.
Are you ready to have your corn removed? I am. I am. Yeah, I think it's a C-O-R-N, not a K-O-R-N. Please. It's been bothering me for months. It's just this spot on my toe where the golf shoe kind of pinches, and by the third or fourth hole, I'm like kind of somewhat
What do they
limping.
do?
So they debrided it. It's called a debridement.
That sounds even worse. How could you possibly have made it sound worse?
So you're getting a corn debrided, is what you're saying.
That is the plan, yes, when I go to the podiatrist. I've never been to a podiatrist before.
I think I have once, and he gave me arches. I think that's what they all
gave you arches?
Well, he sold me arches. Oh, it looks like you need some arches. All right, sounds good. How much? $98 a piece. Sounds good to me.
I don't know if I'm
like
getting
one
it.
on your foot, on the bottom.
It's on
your toe.
the
toe.
little left top of the little like side of
Oh,
the
and
little
your
left
little toe.
Yeah,
Will
way
you show
over
us
here.
the corn.
Yeah, let me see this corn.
Corn. It's really like just a painful small callus that's I can't even really see it.
My God! Oh, it looks like a pepperoni.
Does it?
Oh.
I can't really see.
Here, let me see. Let me take a picture. I'll show
I
you.
can't turn
Give
it.
it to me.
All
I'll
right.
take a
I can't really see it. I just know it hurts.
My God. Look at that.
Yikes! I've never really seen it. So
I'm gonna throw up.
Well,
Here, I'll text it to you, Bali. You have to put it in the chat. So people can see it.
is that legal, or would that get us kicked off the internet?
What? Putting your corn?
corns on the internet?
Well,
That's not
I mean, you
good.
could probably make money off it somewhere. Getting those feet on there.
No wonder it hurts so much. Now,
That is nasty.
There's no way for me to turn my foot in a way that I can see it. So
Can I honestly say, like, I've never heard the term debride.
Debridement.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
of-
if it was debridement or debridement, but apparently it's debridement.
I have, you've heard of people getting this always gets me too, a boil lanced. That gets me
Yes,
too.
I've never had a boil lance,
Me
but
neither.
that sounds bad.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
I really don't want you to lance anything on me.
And I really don't want to boil. I really don't. Could they make these things sound more disgusting if they tried? Boils, corn, all of it. It's all disgusting. Except when you boil corn is actually really good. It's really the grilled corn's
If
good.
There's
But
enough salt and butter
yeah,
on it. Yes,
boiled
it's
corn is
delicious,
actually pretty gnarly. Well, yeah, we've ruined some breakfasts this morning. I do
It's about to
apologize.
get a lot worse.
So what it looks like, it doesn't look like there's much they can do with it other than how do you debride it?
So
Have
they
you been
take-
picking at it? You have.
Well,
I
I've been
can
putting
tell.
these pads on it to try to like cushion it. And then you're supposed to maybe like use a pumice stone. I think they just like they slice it in very thin slices and take it off.
Like prosciutto.
Yeah. Like get the meat slicer out and just
Bring me a slice, would you? It's just the worst thing ever.
They might do some freezing of the corn.
Freezing. Do you know how bad freezing stuff hurts?
Well, I assume they numb it
I had
first
these
if they're going to do
things
something
called
like that.
Planters warts on my fingers when I was a kid. And I was like, Mom, these are disgusting. I had to get these off. And they go into this like styrofoam thing of, dry ice and they like smear it on your, and it burns, Ben. Oh, it burns.
I mean, it doesn't hurt at all. Like if I'm wearing flip flops, there's nothing touching it.
Right.
Doesn't hurt at all. Doesn't
it does
affect
hurt,
me.
Megan. It does.
But when I am in like tighter like golf shoes and doing a lot of walking, it can start getting really painful.
I bet. And you're doing so much
and there's so much
walking.
walking. So
Oh,
I'm going to go to the podiatrist and see what they can do for me.
Now I'm excited to get the download of it after you're back, certainly. But there's so many myths and there's this lore about Bandon Dunes for anybody that's been there. They'll tell you like this is like Mecca on our continent. This is like the place you go. This is for golfers, golfing junkies. But is the town really? It's just barren, right?
So there is a little town of Bandon that I believe has some shops and restaurants, but it's not like a tourist attraction.
Like how big?
I don't know, couple thousand people. It's pretty small. And then the golf course is like just 10 minutes up on the coast. And it's really its own community. They have multiple like inns and cottages and stuff where people stay. They got multiple like restaurants at every course and at the main clubhouse. So you can eat one night, go to the Irish pub, one night go to the steakhouse, one night go to the sushi place. I mean, they kind of just make it so you never have to leave. You don't even need a car. Once you're there, I guess you get a little app and there's shuttles and you just say, pick me up here, take me to the driving range, take me to this course for my tee time. And you just follow.
How many courses?
There are 7 courses.
You playing them all
now? We have tee times at 6 of them for our 5 days.
Ooh.
4 nights, 5 days, 6 courses. There's 5 full-size courses and 2 smaller courses.
Man.
Bandon Dunes, Pacific Dunes, Bandon Trails, Old McDonald, Sheep Ranch, Bandon Preserve, and Shorties. Those are the 7
looks beautiful
courses at Bandon Dunes.
It really looks beautiful, and it looks incredibly hard. Incredibly difficult.
It's not so
there's so much trouble. Look at all the trouble around that.
But you
green.
love playing like desert courses. You're not going to lose as many balls. There's like wide, big fairways. The greens are enormous. What's really hard is the elements. The wind is constantly blowing one way or the other because you're right. It's like Torrey Pines on the cliffs above the coast, and there's no protection. So you got to be able to kind of keep it low and got to move it left and right. So it's a good test for experienced golfers.
No gentleman's club up there, I bet.
I don't think there's anything.
Okay.
There's a casino somewhere like 20 minutes to the north in Coos Bay, Oregon. What? That's like the bigger town just north of Bandon, Coos Bay. COOS.
I got it. I got it. What a trip. What a trip indeed.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm actually going to do the show on Thursday next week from Eugene because I fly in late Wednesday night. but I don't pick up my buddy until like 9:30 or 10. So
How do you
we'll
pick
do
them up? Are you renting a car?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
so
renting
you
a
fly
car.
into Eugene.
Yeah, renting a car on Wednesday night and
Drive
then
up.
pick him up, and then we drive down to the coast. Yeah.
How long?
About 2.5 hours from Eugene, they say.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah.
This is like a real journey. Like
It
this
is.
a
And
big,
it's a pilgrimage.
big
Yeah,
undertaking.
It's a pilgrimage.
I had my Polly's wife. It's the whitest trip ever. It is. It is straight up across the board. This or Branson, Missouri this is exactly the whitest trip of all time. The pilgrimage is fun.
It is.
I had the long flight. I had the epic 16-hour day of getting out there way early, standing in the rain, going to the show, getting back. There's nothing like it. And that feeling when you lay down on your bed after it's over and you go, man, I just had the best day. The best. I hope you play well. Does
I
that
do
matter?
too.
Does it matter to you?
I mean, it always matters.
Yeah,
You don't
yeah.
want to play terribly. My mantra right now is just stay relaxed,
Yeah, have fun.
I just play better if I don't get all tense.
Take it
So,
in. Take it in. I'm very happy for you. This is not something you would have considered years ago.
You know,
and now you're
and
doing
it feels like most of the golfers I know have made this trip before.
Yeah.
And everyone, when I say I'm going, they always say the same thing. You're going to love it. It's like the best place I've ever been. If
Yeah.
you're a golfer, they always say the same thing. It's
Our
the
buddy-
best place I've ever been.
Our buddy Matt Janella named his son Bandon.
He's been there. I think he's been there 28 times.
That's how much he loves it.
He loves it that much. He named his son Bandon.
I love the Padres. I was not about to name Taylor Petco. Petco Woods, it's a great place. One of my favorite places on the planet, but Petco Woods doesn't have a great ring to it. But I'm happy for you. So next Friday, you'll be out, and then Monday.
Yeah.
You're
and then
traveling
I'm
back
traveling
Monday?
back on Monday,
Got it.
so then I'll be back for the show on Tuesday.
All right. What kind of present are you going to bring us?
Ooh. Well,
Yeah.
no, I'm sure they have some merchandise available up there.
Bring I would like
You're not a golfer anymore, though.
Yeah,
so.
but I still have golf stuff. I will eventually.
Okay, you'll
pick
get
it up
back
again.
to it, so I can get you
What do you
something
think, like a towel?
golf related. I can do better than that.
Can you?
I
A
think
shirt.
so. I think more like a shirt.
cool
or
shirt.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I'm an XL.
You want one of the cool ball marks, like the metal ball mark?
Yeah.
I always think
I like
that's a
those
fun
too.
present.
Yeah, I like it too. All
All
right.
right,
good.
let's take a quick time out. When we come back, it is time for Take on Woods. If you want to be our contestant, music, movie, or TV trivia, 833-288-0973. You'll be playing for the grand prize drawing of field level tickets to the Padres-Phillies game on Memorial Day. Call us now, 833-288-0973. We'll be back to play our game coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. Honestly, probably couldn't have done the Bandon trip 3 years ago. Was not in good enough shape. Overweight.
Too portly.
Too portly to make it around. At
Too
least
portly to go to
36
Portland,
holes.
yes.
Could not have done it. But went through the SDFatLoss.com program, lost 40 pounds in 60 days. That has allowed me to change some other things about my life. Obviously, get on the Peloton regularly, can walk, Goat Hill. I can go up and down the hills. No problem now. 18 holes, especially if I get the corn off. But it changed my life, and I think it can change yours as well. It's a doable program. You can lose weight fast, but you still get to eat while you're doing it. And I hated the program. I did other programs where it was just bars and shakes, and I was going crazy. But with SDFatLoss.com, I look forward to what I ate every day. Yeah, it wasn't a ton while you're losing weight, but it was doable. And I got great support from the coaches. You will as well. Talk to your counselor. Set up a free consultation right now at SDFatLoss.com. And when you sign up, get $200 off the spring special. Find out how you can lose the weight fast without the GLP-1s, which are expensive, and you need to stay on them consistently for long periods of time in order to keep the weight off. With SDFatLoss.com, one-time program, 2 months, change your metabolism, change your life forever like I did. Just go to SDFatLoss.com. That's SDFatLoss.com. Results may vary.
Claire. This is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Early Rindle report at the bottom of the hour, because in our 9 o'clock hour, if you missed it, here's our lineup. Management report with Josh Stein, assistant Padres general manager at 9. Patty Merrill, head coach of the San Diego Seals, ahead of tonight's playoff game in Toronto, like 9:25. And then 9:35, Will Venable, manager of the Chicago White Sox, in town.
Love it.
To face the San Diego Padres over the next 3 games. So that will be a bit of a logistical challenge to make sure we squeeze everybody and everything in the final hour. Right now, though, we're still on regular schedule, which means it's time to play Take on Woods. I just laughed in the chat. Rain Dog said, I'm still surprised Ben shared his cornography with us. Yes.
All that cornographic material.
Pornographic images on Ben and Woods this morning. Is Rain Dog the one who also said that he is going to be a dad? I think he did. He said earlier, I'm going to be a dad. And he found out at Disneyland. How do you find out at Disneyland you're going to be a dad? Does the doctor just call and say?
Mickey pops up and...
You didn't take like a home test at Disneyland. That's weird. But congratulations, Rain Dog. Right now, though, it's time to get to our game. It is Take on Woods. It is brought to you by Bay Alarms, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and we're going to head up to Alpine to talk to Justin. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning.
Were you like to play Take on Woods? I assume that's why you're calling.
Yes, sir.
All right, good. We've got
let's get it on.
3 categories for you, movies, TV, or music. If you can beat or tie Woods, put you into the drawing for the grand prize tickets to the Padres-Phillies game on Memorial Day, field level seats for you. Here are your category choices. We've got in music still, That's Just Mean. Those are very specific lyrics, all 2-second songs that are just insulting. You got to give me the song titles and artists. We've got TV, house calls, TV shows with house in the title. And our new movies category, Live from New York. 5 movies that were originally Saturday Night Live sketches. So music, That's Just Mean, TV, house calls, or movies, Live from New York. What would you like to play, Justin?
Let's go movies.
Movies. All right, back to movie category again. 5 movies that were originally Saturday Night Live sketches. You'll have 60 seconds. If you don't know an answer, you can pass. We'll come back to it if there's time left on the clock. First question's the 2-second movie clip. Paulie will play a little audio. You have to name the movie based on the clip. Justin, you ready to play?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, 60 seconds on the clock. The category again, live from New York. Your time begins when Paul plays our clip. Good luck, Justin. Let's take on Woods.
We're not worthy! We're not worthy! Wayne's World.
Correct. Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin star as Beldar and Premat, aliens from Remulac living in New Jersey, in which 1993 film?
Conehead.
Correct. A pair of brothers frequent nightclubs and bob their heads to Hathaway's What Is Love, in which 1998 flop?
Night at the Roxbury.
Correct. Which 1994 film was so bad it was pulled from theaters after making just $60,000 on its opening weekend? Oh, and we never learned the gender identity of Julia Sweeney's character.
It's Pat.
Correct. Will Forte parodies a 1980s action television show that starred Richard Dean Anderson, in which 2010 film that developed a cult following?
Gruber.
Oh, very
Well
nicely
done.
done, Justin. 5 for 5 on the Saturday Night Live movies. I don't know that I've seen any of them. I haven't even seen Wayne's World.
What?
I don't think I've seen any of those.
Coneheads?
I don't think I saw Coneheads either.
Jesus Christ.
Did you see all? Have you
Add
seen
them to
all
the
of them?
list.
Have you seen It's Pat's?
I have not
Night
seen
at the
It's
Roxbury?
Pat, and I chose not to see
And
MacGruber.
I definitely haven't seen MacGruber.
But I've seen Wayne's World, Coneheads.
All right, you're
and Night at the
in,
Roxbury.
Justin. Just stay on the line. Paulie will get your information. Let's bring Woods back in. We've got movies again for you today.
Hope my lip reading isn't as good as I think it was.
Oh, does it give you an idea of what may be in store for you?
I think it did.
All right, put your thinking cap on.
Okay.
60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when Paulie
You
plays
tell
our
us
movie,
right away, yes or no.
movie clip. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Justin.
We're not worthy!
Wayne's World. Correct. Dan Aykroyd and Jane Curtin stars Beldar and Premat.
Coneheads.
Correct. A pair of brothers frequent nightclubs and bob their heads.
Night at the Roxbury.
Correct. Which 1994 film was so bad it was pulled from theaters after making just $60,000 on its opening weekend? Oh, and we never learned the gender identity
It's
of
Pat.
Correct.
Yeah.
Will Forte parodies a 1980s action television show. that starred-
MacGruber.
Wow, very well done. You both killed that. 5 for 5. Category was called Live from New York.
Unbelievable.
SNL movies. And I admitted to Paulie,
that what
I have
you
not
thought it
seen
was?
any of those. I haven't seen Coneheads or Wayne's World either.
You haven't seen any of those
I haven't
movies?
seen any of those 5 movies.
Add them to the list. At least a
Man.
couple of those, right?
Paulie admitted he has not seen A Night at the Roxbury. It's Pat or MacGruber.
No, I've seen It's Night at the Roxbury.
Oh,
So-
you have seen it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you have.
Just to clarify, I was on the couch
Yeah.
playing on my phone. And then when it gets in my brain tells me, hey, we're getting close to the end, I stand outside the window and I saw you go 5 for 5.
5 for 5.
So that's all I saw. I
Are you
didn't-
lip reading A Night at the Roxbury?
No.
Because that's me cheating.
I was
you
on the
missed it.
couch.
Ben was just saying his favorite band is 5 for Fighting.
5 for
Five for
fighting. Yeah, I still go, whoa, 5 for 5. Maybe you have to do the offensive coordinator bit.
Oh, yeah. Hold it
over your face. Yeah.
That's a
would
good
never-
point. That's
I
why
would
Ruben,
never cheat.
when he just stands there with his hand over his mouth when he's talking to the pitcher.
I would never cheat. I never saw It's Pat, and I never saw MacGruber.
No, apparently no one did. They pulled it. It was in 3 movies. It was like in 3 cities.
Yeah.
One weekend, and it was so bad they pulled it.
I did see. I liked Wayne's World.
Mhm.
Night at the Roxbury made me laugh. What was the other
me,
ones?
me, him,
Oh,
me, me, him, him, me, him, him.
You would hate all of them.
It was such a nothing sketch.
Coneheads was brilliant.
I thought Coneheads was great.
The
Brilliant.
sketch made me smile. The Roxbury, the guys. But it was such a nothing sketch. I was going, how do
Yeah.
you make a
The
movie?
movie's fine.
of that
It's fine.
entire
It's fine. Laugh.
sketch?
Yeah.
Just some funny parts.
Yeah, Will Ferrell's good.
Yeah.
Coneheads, I think is genius.
I think it's brilliant.
I think it's really, really
You
funny.
love
And
it.
a
That's
huge
probably the one if I wanted to see
cameos.
one.
Oh, Wayne's World. You'd love
Cameos
Wayne's World.
galore. David Spade, Adam Sandler's in there, Chris Farley.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
mean, it's really, really good.
Yeah, it's good.
Justin, good job. Paulie will get your info. And when we come back, Paulie will also give us some Rindle Report headlines a little early on a Friday. Coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station,
Here we go.
97.3 The
There we
Fan.
go.
Friday.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
That is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Before we get to the Rondell Report, Ben and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. The Gulls, of course, were eliminated from the playoffs last week, but their parent club, the Ducks of Anaheim, and I know there are still some fans down here, some Padres/Ducks fans, have advanced through the first round of the playoffs, upsetting the Edmonton Oilers in 6 games with a win last night up at the Pond. So congratulations to the Ducks.
Kind of a laugher,
moving on.
actually. Yeah. 5-2. I'm sorry to our tier ones, Chris, Josh, all of our Dallas Stars fans. They have been eliminated as well, 5-2 as well. Minnesota won 4-2.
And then in the NBA, I mentioned it a little bit earlier when I did my impromptu reach around. Joel Embiid, though, maybe the biggest surprise so far that the Celtics are still alive, or that the 76ers are still alive against the Celtics in that series, because I think they lost 2 of the games by over 30 points, and it looked like they were going to go down pretty easily.
Like the Sixers.
They have fought back and have now forced a game 7, at least in Boston this weekend.
Could be a really cool weekend for Philly. I mean, I know their baseball team they just walked off the Giants twice in one day. The Flyers have advanced in the NHL playoffs, and now the Sixers. That'd be cool to have a city like that where all that was going on at the same time.
Yeah.
Tonight,
3 of your 7 teams are all.
No, I'd be for more sports. You know me, I'm always for more sports.
I know.
3 games tonight, all potential elimination games. Orlando is at home trying to eliminate the number 1 seed Detroit at 4:00. Toronto is trying to stay alive at home against Cleveland in Game 6 at 4:30. And the Lakers are in Houston. Now, they were up 3-0, but then lost games 4 and 5. And now Houston, if they can win at home, can send that to a Game 7, which is, obviously
No Kevin Durant.
blow the 3-0 lead.
He's out.
But he was out last game, and they still won at Staples Center, or Crypto.com Arena. So they have a chance to force the Game 7, and then things would get a little tight for the Lakers.
Yeah, get a little dicey.
You don't want to be the team that blows the 3-0 lead.
100%.
That's pretty embarrassing.
All right, take it away, Paulie.
All right. Oh, wait, first traffic.
From the 855 Get Roz Traffic Center. Injured, demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoz.com.
I-25 in the northbound direction. Expect some delays before and after the 94. Rest of the way towards the 8 or continuing towards El Cajon. Looking pretty good.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you?
on 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a yeah? Oh, yeah.
All right. All right. Happy Friday, gentlemen.
Happy Friday, buddy.
Look, Padres off day yesterday. We kind of hit a lot of the sports stuff throughout the morning anyways. So not a whole lot. I did want to give a congratulations. Didn't know if we were going to get to it already. We have not. Congratulations to one Mason Miller and his wife, Jordan. Saw on Instagram yesterday, they posted an announcement. She said, entering into our most beautiful season yet. Every good and perfect gift is from above, James 1:17. And it was a picture of a mirror on a beach, and you can see him and his wife walking away, and there's 2 little shoes and some pictures. They are announcing a baby on the way. Did not see if it was a baby boy or a baby girl, or if they don't know yet.
Be cool if
congratulations.
If they played blind as the child was entering the world. Right? If they played the corn song.
Yeah.
As he was entering, like
one
final push to have like the lights go out, flicker on and off. She's like, please, I really just want to have this child. And
breathe.
Yeah, breathe. Push. One more.
Push.
Oh, God. Here it comes. He's there. Amazing.
When the head is crowning at that point.
Right.
He didn't.
That's enough. You didn't have to say it.
All right.
They were at the dinner last
Congratulations,
night.
Mason. Sorry about
I didn't
that.
know she was with child, but they were at the dinner at the Diamond last night. She was wearing this nice Padres brown dress.
Yeah.
Very nice looking, though.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It is a ride that it's never boring.
Who says he's going to pop out at 104 miles per hour?
Yeah. Unbelievable.
All right, and that's it for sports.
All right.
Congratulations,
Congrats
Mason
to the
and
Millers.
Jordan Miller.
It's excellent.
Now you can sue just about anybody for just about anything. Whether or not it'll be successful and actually make it to court, it's kind of another thing. This one surprised me. Carnival Cruise Line is not just being sued; they have to now pay a former passenger of theirs $300,000 after a jury in South Florida found that this woman who fell down some stairs, suffered a concussion, other injuries, and possible traumatic brain injuries.
Yeah.
She sued them because she said that the bartender allowed her and served her more than a dozen shots.
Overserved. It's a thing.
Overserved.
It's a
It
real
is a
thing.
thing.
Isn't that the point of going on a cruise,
I guess.
essentially, is to, totally
I still
just
think it's one of those things
let
where
loose?
it's a fine line between like, hey, dummy, don't drink 14 shots in a few hours. Like that's what happens. You fall downstairs and get hurt. But she sued the company, the cruise line, Carnival Cruise Line, and was awarded, a 45-year-old woman was awarded $300,000.
Man.
They said where it got weird was she was served at least 14 shots between 3 p.m. and 11:30 p.m. She experienced the fall.
All right, so this is over nine hours.
Like a whole day.
I could have sued so many bartenders in college if I knew this because I was overserved quite a bit.
So it's probably not the same bartender all day, too. And usually on those cruises, it's all inclusive, even the alcohol.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how are you going to keep track of one woman going from like probably bar to bar?
I know.
I think you can. I'd like a tequila shot, please.
Maybe you can tell if they're loaded.
15 plus shots.
Yeah, but I've got to imagine that millions of cruise passengers every year are overserved.
Oh, yeah.
So the last shot was served at 11:37 p.m. The fall happened between 11:45 and 12:20, and they said, concussion, headache, possible traumatic brain injury, back injuries, tailbone, bunch of injuries. And they're saying here that the jurors were presented with evidence of 30 minutes of missing surveillance video. So they weren't able to, like, I don't know if the cruise line deleted security footage of her walking through
from place to place.
Yeah, I don't know. But the jury was not, there was a 30-minute loophole. And basically the jury decided, yeah, that's on the cruise line.
Yeah.
You have to pay her out. And there's another story, like, I don't know that we talked about it on the Rind Report, but Royal Caribbean, another major cruise line, they had to pay out, or they're still involved in litigation because of a wrongful death. It's one of these things like that one, the Royal Caribbean, it said 33 alcoholic drinks.
What's the most you think you've ever
served
drank in a day?
Oh my God, man. Depends.
Probably
depends.
Depends.
The worst blackout I ever had drinking was like probably 15 cocktails over a night.
Yeah.
It was my buddy he won an open bar at a sweet spot down in the Gas Lamp. I was 21 and a half years old. So
I did 21 shots on my 21st.
I did that power hour.
That was
I've
not
never
an
done
hour.
anything like that.
I did power hour. That was awful.
Power hour is the
it was a shot of beer. They had this app or whatever. It would change music every minute.
I did 21 different shots on my 21st birthday. I vomited all over.
That
Club
we did not
Clear.
do. We did shots of
You know
beer.
what the last one was? The Three Wise Men. It was the Jim, Jack, and Johnny. That's the layer. Like,
Those are
this
the
is the
three
last
wise-
one. And I went.
Do they mix them together? Or you just take
No, they
three
mix
at a
them
time?
together.
Ooh.
And you drink it, and then you and then I just booted right there. It was over. Oh God, I can't even.
I think the most I ever drank, it wasn't nearly like your stories, but I went to the Firestone Walker Beer Festival up in Paso Robles, and it's all day. And while it's small bits of beer, like you're tasting,
Strong,
but
though.
they're like some like 12% alcohol beers, and by the end of the day, you've had like 60 of them, and you just stagger back to your hotel room
Loaded.
at that point.
No, there's been a lot, but not anymore. I have one quarter of an old fashioned, and I'm slobbering drunk now. It's very strange.
And then finally, got a kick out of this story out of Los Angeles. A man was arrested after hiding inside of a Best Buy in Pasadena after closing hours. He just hid from employees. I don't know exactly where, it doesn't say, but he hid inside of the store. They shut the lights down, and then police were called at about 1 a.m. when employees who were still there at work, they saw some surveillance footage of a man just walking around the store. Police showed up. He was arrested for burglary. There were teenagers actually waiting outside of the Best Buy, camping overnight because of a new Pokemon card release. This guy tried to get a jump on everybody.
For cards.
The 45-year-old man.
I don't think he thought it all the way through.
No.
Well, so I guess I was trying to think if I was in his situation, what I wouldn't do is walk around the store probably a bunch.
You got to lay low, right?
You got to just hide.
You got to hide
until the morning.
all night.
So then they let people in.
And then the doors are open, and then you're already in there, and you just got to beeline it over to the cards.
Like
I guess.
someone will notice you coming from a completely different direction.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Is he hiding behind like the refrigerators on that side of the store, or what? I don't
He did
know.
this for cards.
Yeah.
Holy smokes, man.
He said, I was just here for some Pokemon drop, but I went to the restroom. Or no, that was a witness said, and then there were cops everywhere.
You two
minutes
act like
later.
you're so different from this guy.
Like we're above
We do
this.
baseball cards. It's so
you
much
just have
cooler.
different things on your cards. It's the same idea.
I would be lying if I said it hasn't popped into my head to knock off a card shop.
Yeah.
I'm not going to, but I would be lying.
My wife and I falling asleep last night. We watched The Hangover, just some background noise. And there's a scene in Bradley Cooper. They're getting ready to go to Vegas. And he says, hey, everybody, I need your money for the field trip.
Right.
And all the kids
give him the cash. Yeah.
And he steals it and takes it
Takes
to
it to
Vegas for his Vegas fun.
That's
And I watched that scene and I go, how can I do that?
Yeah.
But for baseball cards.
A foil auto refractor McGonagall
Look at
or
you,
a
look at
foil
you.
auto refractor Charizard. It's really,
McGonagall.
it's
Charizard.
basically the same
It's
thing.
worth more, but I don't know anything about it, so I'm going to stick with
Trust me,
baseball.
you don't want the Charizard.
I know.
Yeah. So, anyways, I just thought that story of that stupid nerd, idiot, loser,
Card lover,
full-grown
dork.
adult man waiting in line and trying to rip kids off of Pokemon cards.
It's crazy. MM McKee says our local card shop just got robbed. People they're psychotic about it. They're like psychotic about it.
I see pictures on like Reddit of
Yeah.
like groups of old men and they're waiting in line or they hover around the aisle at Targets or
weigh
Walmart's
it
or Best
and
Buy.
stuff.
They wait for like they just ask around or they just monitor it for weeks and they go, okay, Tuesdays at 11 a.m.
Yes.
That's when the distributor shows up with all this new product
Benny,
and fill the shelves.
They do like they scout it like you would if you were going to knock off a bank. You're like, all right, I need you to get the guards every movement. And these guys have it mapped out. So we're like, yeah, Tuesdays I can go in at 11.
Yeah.
And that's when
And you're right. They'll
they
bring
have
in,
little weight,
they'll
little
bring
scales.
in scales because like a box that say there's 100
Oh.
cards in a box. If one of those cards has like a little piece of a bat
Right. It's gonna
wedged
weigh
into it,
more.
maybe it weighs more. And you're like, oh my God, this is
Wow.
embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. Who would associate themselves with a hobby
Well,
like this?
There's people who stuff weights into fish
That's
to
true.
win tournaments. So,
Very true.
People will find ways to cheat and deceive at just about anything.
Man.
Good point. If you find an autographed Charizard or Pokemon card, be very skeptical that it's actually been autographed by the real Charizard.
Those things are so insanely hot. They're insanely hot. I can't get into it, but that's more power to you. But it's insane the prices that they're going for. It's insane. Your boy turned down $941 for a card yesterday.
Turned down.
The Billy Ripken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turned it down. It's a $1,200 card. You got to know
You
your
got
worth.
that card for
Free.
nothing.
Shout out to Ghost of Ray Kroc.
Wow.
Gave me that like 6 years ago. He's like, here, take this. I'm like, oh, okay. Send it in. Rated 10. Gonna sell it.
When you do sell it,
Make my money back.
Are you gonna give him some of it?
I'll get it if he asks for some.
Okay.
I mean, he gave it to me. It's my
He
thing.
did.
He
I
will
know.
now.
Now he will.
Back
Since you
then,
brought it up,
probably didn't think it
had
was gonna
never
be
actually
worth $1,200 at some point.
I had never actually said till you just grilled me like I was.
Is
under
it the
oath.
as
It is.
Jays.com? It's the F face card.
It's got F face written out on the back. But yeah, he hooked me up.
On some of those cards, they just put like a black box
Yep.
over the words.
I got one of those too.
And then some cards
Have
still
a white
escaped.
box as well. Yeah, it's crazy. 941. Turned it down. Maybe I can't.
He wasn't even a particularly good Ripken, right?
He wasn't a good Ripken at all. It's the bat.
It's the word.
It's
the
simply
bat. It's that it's
like
on
no
a
one
card.
no one caught what it
Correct.
said on the bat, and they published it, and that became crazy.
Yeah, it's nuts.
But you have also, you were saying, the Jackson Merrill that's not Jackson Merrill.
So I
that
have the
wasn't particularly valuable.
I got it graded to 10 as well. It's worth like $30.
That's it.
It's crazy.
Just the paper.
But that's
the
a mistake.
paper, yeah.
Yeah.
Mistake. Thank you, Paulie.
You're welcome.
All right, we've got a lot of guests coming up on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. It starts with the assistant general manager of your San Diego Padres, Josh Stein, will join us coming up next on a Friar Friday, broadcasting live from the Bill House Studios. We know how. Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. week. We were just talking about Mason Miller's baby announcement that they're pregnant. I want to congratulate last week's roundtable guest, Kyle Glazer. They had their second baby girl, announced that yesterday on
Nice. Saw
social
that.
media as well. Congratulations to Kyle. This hour on 97.3 The Fan brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball is back, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now and mention radio for a free month of pool service. And it is time right now on a Friar Friday for our SDCCU management report. It's not big bank banking, it is better. And joining us, Assistant General Manager of the San Diego Padres, Josh Stein. Now, I was on the red carpet. I did not see Josh Stein yesterday at the dinner on the Diamond. Did you sneak in around me, or did you not attend, Josh?
I was there.
You
I
were
was there, keeping the low profile. That's always kind of my goal at those things. But I was there and enjoyed it. Nice evening, and obviously a lot of money raised for some great causes.
Absolutely. Well, I was saying earlier today, we're through one full month of the baseball season, and there's not a single Padres fan listening right now who wouldn't have instantly signed up for a 19-11 start this year. Even though there are some things to be concerned about, offensively, pitching injuries. But I want to ask you, what in your mind has gone right for the San Diego Padres so far this year?
Yeah, I mean, I think you ultimately start with the record, and it's what we're here to do is to put a team on the field that is winning baseball games and finding a way to win baseball games. I think we've collectively done a great job up and down the roster of and the coaching staff really of putting players in great positions to succeed and finding a way to win close ball games. And again, there's no there doesn't tend to be one thing in a to win a one-run game or to have a comeback. It can be the bullpen when you're trailing by one or two or three runs, holding that deficit. It's allowing the offense more time to come back from a manageable deficit. Obviously, it's winning the games that you have a 1 or 2 run lead in the middle innings. And I think it's, again, a testament to really a strong bullpen. Some pitchers that have done very well keeping us in games, kind of up and down that rotation. And then I think we've all seen it. Timely hitting and the ability to come back or get that 2-out RBI single that, puts you ahead in the 6th or 7th inning. Those things have kind of gone right this month. And I think the record is a reflection of that.
Yeah, it totally is. And been some really cool moments so far this season. I mean, Gavin Sheets, there's been, Campy has been such a great story for you guys. And that's, it's a guy you guys brought in and developed, and to see him, really make the most of his opportunities. That's got to feel good for you and AJ, man, when you see stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, it does. I think, specifically to Campy, obviously, a player that's been in the organization a long time. We've really seen him, grow from being, a teenage catcher. And then again, that's a position that's, it takes time to develop. And, it's been great to see his maturation. I think, a lot of us in this organization have seen it, over the years and behind the scenes, but, for it to come out and play out the way, that it has this year at the major league level, I think, yeah, there's certainly, it's gratifying. And, again, I think, full credit to Luis for all the work he's put in, a lot of credit to, again, a lot of coaches that have poured into him, over the last few years. And, we always knew that he had the ability to be a very, very offensive catcher, at that position. And, we're 1 month in, but it's nice to see that come to fruition.
Talking to Josh Stein, Padres assistant GM, here on our management report. And you mentioned the phrase putting players in a position to succeed. And in spring training, we heard Craig Stammen talk about, using some of the data analytics to set lineups and 28 different lineups in 30 games, using guys, on the bench, getting starts. How has that worked in reality through the first month? Like what kind of data do you guys talk about with Craig before the games as he's working on setting the lineup in order to put those players in a position to succeed?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's been great to see. And again, I think Craig has access to, all the information, and really very similar information to what we've provided over the years in terms of obviously things like matchups, but also, looking at different starting pitchers and what their mixed repertoire is, how that might factor into, the strengths and weaknesses of our players. And obviously there's the basic things like left, right, but, there can also be, sensitivities to different pitch types or velocities. And so all that information's, at his fingertips. But, I think Craig's, done a little shifting, although there's been for the most part, I would say a lot of continuity in the first 4 or 5 spots in the lineup. And then, I think that he's kind of given different guys opportunities, in different spots. And, again, I think that's part of, Craig's management style and leadership style is to ensure that, guys are getting opportunities, getting in there, even if sometimes it's like, wow, this is a new or different lineup. There certainly is a method to his thinking and, wanting to again, put guys in positions to succeed, keep them hungry and keep them going out there, playing well.
Well, and I know for you guys, talking to Assistant GM Josh Stein here on Ben and Woods this morning, I know for you guys too, you're always looking to improve the team. You've done that, every single year. The trade deadline obviously is a big time around here in San Diego, Josh. It's always a lot of fun, but it's awesome to see Ethan Salas homering off lefties, playing incredible defense. High OPS, all of it, like really coming into his own. And people do forget that he's still, 19 years old, been in the system now, 3 years. He's fantastic. Guy you want to keep, right? If you're a Padres fan, potentially. But who else in the organization right now is exciting you? Because I got a tweet the other day, Ryan Weidman, and I'm like, well, who's this guy, right? And it's a kind of an unexpected boost to the Padres farm system.
Yeah, I mean, and again, there's I think we feel that way, all the time, regardless almost of what's happening at the major league level. You've got, different players, up and down the system that are exciting you and playing well. And I think that, Weideman and some of the group at Lake Elsinore, has gotten off to a good start, and they're playing a very exciting brand of baseball. And you got a young manager there and Brian Perez is pushing the envelope and has those guys, getting after it. Obviously what Ethan's done, not a surprise, for those of us in the organization that have, seen Ethan over the years and the work that he puts in. Last year was obviously difficult and disappointing. You've got an injury that, it just takes time to heal. And it's not the most painful injury, and it's one that it's just kind of nagging, and but you have to wait for that that bone to heal, and ended up costing him the entirety of a season. But yeah, to still be 19, to still be playing at the upper levels, and I think we saw a lot in spring training that was suggestive of a player that had made some adjustments, and so again, what we feel is one of the top prospects in the game at a very difficult position to develop a young player, and, both defensively and now offensively, I think coming into his own. So, we talk about it all the time, there's, we feel as though we have a number of prospects, up and down the system that, again, it may take a little while for the industry to say, okay, the Padres have a relatively strong system, but the proof is always in the pudding. The proof is in what other teams think of your players, and ultimately what you can produce at the major league level. And I think so far we've seen that, over the years.
It's our SDCCU management report. Josh, what do your analytics team and numbers say about Fernando Tatis Jr.? It's such a mystery. He's hitting the ball harder more often than anybody in baseball, but his actual production numbers look like a light hitting second baseman from 1982 with no extra base power, no home runs. It makes no sense at all. Can you, for fans who keep asking us the question and we don't have an answer for them, what do you guys say about the first month of Fernando's season?
Yeah, I think it is interesting, right? Because there's so many, more precise ways to look at, what a hitter's doing. I think that for a long time, and certainly when I was growing up, you would just kind of look at the batting average and the home runs and the RBIs. And, obviously over the last 20, 25 years, we've got a number of new ways to evaluate or look at, what a hitter's doing. And, not unlike most of his career, Fernando continues to hit the ball very hard. I mean, that's something he's really always done, and continues to do it at a high clip. He's barreling the baseball. exit velocities, hard hit rates, these kind of things are still very high. And sometimes when you get into like, okay, what are the expectations of those, those batted balls? You can look and say, okay, well, he's underperforming that, right? He's falling short of his expectations. And so, there's a lot of different ways you can look at that. You can chalk that up to just bad luck. You hear Fernando talk about the baseball gods, and I agree with that. He's hit some balls like right on the screws, right at people. That the expectations would be that's a double, that's a triple, and instead it's an out and it's an 0 for 1, and that can be very frustrating. I think, again, behind the scenes, Fernando continues to put in like great work. He comes every day, with the mentality and the intent to help his team win. I think we've, as much as, the people look at the home runs and that certainly is a big part of Fernando's game. And we anticipate that being a big part of his game for the rest of the season. He's getting a lot of key hits. Like we get back to the record, we get back to talking about some of the things that, different people have done to help us get off to a good start. And I can just off the top of my head think of a lot of, hitting, behind the runner or backing the ball up and taking a single to right field. Even some of his softest hits have been big hits in terms of helping us win baseball games. And, so again, I think, continuing to have good at bats, continuing to swing at the right pitches, and putting in the work that I know he is with our hitting coaches. And I guess the only thing I could say is I've got a lot of faith and trust in Fernando, and I think the Padres fans, should as well. And I think we'll be excited to see his production here going forward.
I want to ask you, Josh, about a guy that we'll be going up against this weekend in Munetaka Murakami. Pretty fascinating guy. Gets here. He's on the kind of one of the later guys, kind of market wasn't really there for him. Were you guys in on him? I'm sure you did. You guys scoured the earth for players. And do you feel like, he's hitting 236. He has some swing and miss. He got 12 bombs though already.
But no doubles, which is weird,
but he's got bombs and singles, right?
Yeah.
That's it. And but you guys, obviously the Padres could use power. He has some raw power. Was that something you guys were in on? Do you think people missed the boat on Murakami, or is it too early to tell?
Well, certainly we scouted Murakami quite a bit, and scouted him all the way to the wire, and certainly was part of some of our discussions. And he's off to an outstanding start. And if he continues this pace in terms of home runs, I think not just the Padres, but everyone's going to say, certainly missed the boat in terms of acquiring him. But we always are looking at players from all over the world. I think that's kind of well documented at this point, and excited to see him firsthand and see his game. Obviously, we've seen the home run, I saw a ball he hit essentially about as high as you'll ever see a home run hit, and it just didn't come down. And those are exciting things for the game of baseball. He's done a good job kind of getting on base to this point as well. And good player. Excited to see him here at Petco this week. And obviously, we'll do our best to keep those doubles and keep those home runs down.
Last thing for me, Josh, update on Lucas Giolito. I know he threw again last night. Is he so far seeing what you wanted to see when you guys signed him last week as he closes in on perhaps joining the rotation?
Lucas went up, made his second start and got into the fifth inning last night. And again, I think we are seeing, what we hoped when we signed him in terms of understanding there's going to be a build up here and, probably at least, a couple more starts before, we feel, real good and probably going to progress in terms of working, up at a higher level here in the next couple weeks. But just another, another, veteran experienced starting pitcher that we feel, good about, giving the ball to and sliding into the rotation. And in terms of exactly when that is, that'll be kind of determined here in the next, based on how Lucas continues to feel and work his way back, and kind of the needs of our rotation. But to answer your question, we are happy with what we've seen, with Lucas and the work that he's putting in.
Josh, I'm sorry I missed you in your tux and tails last night, but do appreciate you joining us this morning. Thank you for your time.
Anytime, guys. Appreciate it. And we'll see you down here at the yard.
You got
Josh
it, buddy. Thank
Stein, Assistant GM on our SDCCU Management Report. It's not Big Bank Banking. It is better. Take a quick timeout. We'll come back, and we got another guest. We're going to go out to Toronto and check in. Patty Merrill, head coach of the Seals, ahead of their big playoff game tonight against the Rock, and then Will Venable at the bottom of the hour. So let's keep it moving here with Bennett Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open. Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Bennett Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro Criminal Defense Attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Our thanks again to Padres assistant GM Josh Stein as they get ready to take on the White Sox tonight. And we will talk with the White Sox skipper, Will Venable, in just over 10 minutes. But we got the busy hour continuing right now. Paulie is calling up our next guest. But I had a chance to catch up with some of his players of the San Diego Seals as they boarded their plane for Toronto a couple of days ago. They won last week in overtime. Kind of controversial. We can ask Patty Merrill about that. But they are into the semifinals for the third time in their NLL careers. They have not gotten past the semifinals before, never made it to the championship series. So they're hoping this one is going to be a little bit different. As they take on the Toronto Rock tonight in Canada, and then Sunday night back at Pechanga Arena for Game 2 of the series. So it'll either be a clincher game or an elimination game. One way or the other. It's a kind of almost a must-win on Sunday. And joining us right now from north of the border in Toronto, the head coach of the San Diego Seals, Patrick Merrill, with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Coach, got to be exciting. Just a few hours away.
Hey, guys. Yeah, super exciting. How you guys doing?
Good. Are you on the treadmill right now, Patty?
I was.
Always
How could you tell, was he?
Always
You know me so well.
getting your work in, dude. I love it, man. We're excited to watch tonight. Can't wait. And then the big game, potentially, like Ben said, clincher or elimination game on Sunday out at the Electric Factory. Sure to miss you guys this season, bud.
Yeah, we missed you too, man. Are you going to be there Sunday?
I'm going to try. I've got in-laws stuff after Little League. So
boy.
I know this has been so crazy. Every time you guys have a game, I have a game. Little League.
Yeah.
It's been insane this year coaching two teams, but I sure do miss the fellas. Please wish them all the best from me. But yeah, tough battle against the Rock, man.
Yeah. Obviously, when you get to this time of year with only 4 teams left, everybody's good. But definitely going to have our hands full with the Rock tonight. They're very similar to us, actually, in a lot of ways.
So I have to ask you about the first playoff win last week against Colorado.
It's crazy.
Because according to the NLL, you guys totally cheated to win the game in overtime, right? I mean, what happened there?
Oh, man. It's, I mean, I think, if you watch that play, if you watch the game, I think we definitely, deserve to be where we are. I don't want to discredit the work that our guys did to prepare for that game and how hard we battled, how hard we battled to come back into that game and tie it up and then eventually force overtime and kind of win on the first shift of the game in overtime. But definitely a controversial call. That happens in sports, right? From time to time. It's happened in the Super Bowl, happened in the NHL playoffs so far. So, again, we're pretty, again, we think we're exactly where we're supposed to be, and where we thought we would be as a team. And we're just now looking forward towards Toronto. But, obviously a hard-fought game against Colorado, 2 good teams going at it, and we knew it was going to come down to the wire.
So as I read, and I don't understand the rules completely, but Trey Leclerc, who I talked to at the airport, he was the first one to take the pass after coming out of the crease, like coming out of bounds in football and then coming back in. Someone else has to touch the ball first. It should have been like a turnover, like a foul, and go to the other team. But he scored, and they didn't call it.
But they reviewed it.
And they didn't call it. Did you guys know that it shouldn't have been a goal? Did you just kind of keep your mouth shut, or how did that work in the time?
No, I mean, obviously we're aware of the rule, and that's a rule that the league's been looking at for years now in terms of, maybe removing it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they removed it this year because, Trey didn't gain any type of unfair advantage there on that play, right? And we thought they were reviewing. It's an automatic review for one in overtime, right? So they have to review every goal no matter what. And, but we thought they were reviewing the crease rule, which would be, the ball's got to cross the line without anyone standing in the crease, right? And we thought it was pretty clear that he wasn't standing in the crease or anybody else weren't standing in the crease when the ball went in the net. And then there's kind of a little bit of gray area too on that call. I guess technically they got it wrong, but I mean, they looked at it for about 15 minutes. So it was obviously, it wasn't easy, because there's a lot of moving parts in that play and a lot of gray area within that rule. So again, fellas, I think it's good of the league to take some accountability, but, as we know in pro sports, there are missed calls. There are calls that, in hindsight, officials get wrong sometimes that impact the outcome of the game. And the shoe's definitely been on the other foot for us, as Woodsy knows in the playoffs in the past.
For sure.
Earlier this year.
Like, you've had bad luck,
Yeah.
tons of bad luck. Take a good break. You would have won it anyway, probably a minute later. So don't worry about it.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe it was meant to be, right? Yeah, and maybe it was meant to be. Maybe it was our time to get a break for a change.
I do not miss Patrick Merrill, Seals head coach. I do not miss the 15-minute NLL reviews. That's the one thing I do not miss at all. It is pretty crazy, but we wish you guys the very best of luck. Please pass my good luck on to the fellas, and hope to see you guys on Sunday, my friend.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Always a pleasure. Yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. Hopefully we're closing it out and punching our ticket to the final.
Oh, my God. I feel good about their chances because I'm not there anymore. So I did say if I leave, they'll win a ring in the first year that I'm gone. So I feel great about your chances.
We'll ask Uncle Joe. We'll make sure Uncle Joe gets you one.
Oh, dude, that would be the greatest. Thank you.
It wouldn't be the same. All right.
Get your tickets at sealslax.com.
Patrick Merrill, head coach of the Seals. Yeah, it's 3:00 on Sunday.
Yep.
And you can watch, I believe, the game today, 4:30 on ESPN Plus if you got the streaming. And I think this weekend's game is also on ESPNU. So actual TV as well, if you want to follow along with the Seals.
You can watch
in their
that
playoff
with
run.
regular ESPN account, or do you need ESPN Unlimited?
I don't. I think it's if you have a regular ESPN account, I think you should be able to watch it.
Cool.
Just look online for the streaming, click and link. All right, we'll take one last time out. When we come back, we will be joined by the skipper of the Chicago White Sox, former Padres outfielder Will Venable, going to be with us coming up next year on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Final segment of Ben and Woods on a Friday. Let's go right to our next guest. He has played hundreds of games in his 7+ seasons with the San Diego Padres at Petco Park, but tonight he will be a manager at Petco Park for the first time, I believe, in his second season as skipper of the Chicago White Sox. Will Venable is joining us here on 97.3 The Fan. Will, you're on with Ben and Woods. It's great to have you back in town. How have you been?
Great, guys. Thanks for having me.
It's our pleasure, man. I am. We're talking about your squad earlier and how impressed we are with the young talent you guys have been able to acquire and develop. The Colson Montgomerys of the world, the Sam how do you say it? Antonacci.
Antonacci,
yeah. And then Murakami obviously has been this just incredible story so early in the baseball season, just hitting balls that, as assistant GM Josh Stein said, haven't landed yet. Some of them. So. Pretty cool for you guys to get off to a pretty good start.
No, we're excited. We're excited about our group. And more than anything, you mentioned all these young guys and have some super talented guys, but they just go out there and play with a ton of energy, So just excited that everyone is out there going and doing their thing and excited to come to Petco Park and see if we can play well against the Pods.
What did you learn in your first season as a manager here that you're taking into season number 2?
I think just for me, the expectations to set for the group, the things, the details that we want to prioritize and make important. That was really something that as we got through last summer and learned about our guys, learned about our group, learned about myself and our staff and our messaging and kind of our approach on a daily basis. Coming to this year with just a little more clarity on the details we want to prioritize and how we want to go about our business every day.
You hear it all the time. They talk about, Will, process over results and trusting the process. And that's such a baseball. It's a life thing. It's a football, basketball, whatever. But in baseball, it really rings true after 162. You guys won 60 games last year. You lost 102. It's hard not to be dejected if you're a competitor. But how hard is it to get that message across to the guys of, hey, the process, the process, the process?
Yeah, it can be challenging sometimes, and like I said, we came into spring training with a bunch of clarity around our program and what we wanted to do. And, the first couple series really got smacked in the mouth, and it's a real challenge to, just continue to double down on the things that you believe in that are going to help you be a winning ball club. But that's the job, that's all of our jobs, is just to stay consistent. Of course, make the adjustments from day to day that we need to, but really holding tight to the things that are really core principles of our program and what we believe in.
And you guys will have the number one pick in the draft coming up soon as well in July. Everybody kind of has an idea of what you're looking at there. But I wanted to ask you, when you go sign a free agent like Murakami, and he comes to the States, and not only, you've seen it in a couple of other instances, guys have trouble adjusting to the American game, the American life. He's not had much trouble yet. What is he like to manage every day?
No, he's awesome. And you talk about adjustments, and that's really been the key with him. Really from day one, he gets in spring training with us and is able to adjust and make, personal, flexible adjustments to, his routine and how he goes about his business. These guys in Japan, just like the guys over here, are very committed to their preparation. And we asked him to do some different things, and he showed a ton of adjustability with that, which gave me confidence that he was going to be able to adjust day to day, which obviously is very important as a major league player. So we've seen him, just grow every day. He's not really surprised by anything at this point, and just doing a great job of assimilating to, the American culture, what that means in the clubhouse. And of course, we're seeing it on the field as well.
Well, you're talking about his business. You got to tell everybody the bidet story about Murakami and the bidet.
Yeah, the bidet is very important for him, and I think he made that clear in his press conference.
All of us.
And as we want to do everything we can to make him comfortable, I think we made the adjustment and got him that in the clubhouse. So
incredible.
Want to take care of Mooney. Take care of him best we can.
He requested it. He said,
"That's the White Sox way."
This is the White Sox
we
way.
requested that here at our Odyssey
It's
studio.
a great question.
We should have one as well. Absolutely,
100%.
Talking to White Sox manager Will Venable, and as I mentioned, Will, you played many seasons for the San Diego Padres. One of them wasn't even bad. 2010, you almost made the playoffs, but you haven't been here much. A couple of times, I think, as a coach with the Red Sox and the Rangers. So you've seen it a little bit, but can you even believe what's happened and transformed? Petco Park sold out every night. A team that's made the playoffs 3 out of the last 4 seasons. Probably hard to envision from where the Padres were back when you played to what it looks like now at Petco Park on a nightly basis.
Yeah, it's a different world, but I'll tell you, I'm really happy for the city of San Diego, and just being kind of that underdog team for so long, and worked out well for me. I'm not sure I would have made these teams that they're running out here now, but to have such excitement at such a beautiful ballpark, and obviously the fans in this community deserve that product out there, and it's amazing what Preller and the group have been able to build. Like I said, I'm excited to be part of it throughout the last couple of years. As a coach, but coming in here this series, excited to just be part of a nice weekend series at Petco.
Now, your last partial season with the Padres, 2015, was AJ Preller's first season. I'm curious because AJ loves basketball, pickup basketball. You played college basketball. Did he ever try to recruit you for one of his teams?
No, we didn't get out there and play. We did have a hoop set up there in spring training where there were some shooting competitions. So got out there with him during those, but no, never on the court, going full court up and down.
It's not too late. He may still ask you at some point, just to be warned.
Well, it might be too late for me. I'm not sure my body can handle going up and down the floor anymore.
Well, it's great to have you back in town. What'd you do? And you got a rare day off in San Diego. It's probably pretty nice for the whole team. How did you spend yesterday in San Diego?
Yeah, it was a great day. Just got some lunch, walked around the gas lamp, just hanging out. With Kristen Norfia, another ex-Padre.
North.
Just got out there and had some nice lunch and chilled in the sun a little bit.
All right, catching up with old teammates. Awesome, Will. It's great to have you in town. Good luck after this weekend. Rest of the season, we'll be pulling for the White Sox, of course, and we'll be watching this series very closely.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Will Venable, manager. Good to hear from him again.
Yeah,
manager of the Chicago White Sox, and in town for a few days. I really loved watching him play. I really did. He was, those teams weren't great, but Will was one of the fun ones to get to watch, and just such a consistent member of the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, 7 years, right? You said?
Yeah, 7+ seasons, 2008 to 2015 before moving on to the Texas Rangers. Brief stint with the Dodgers before retirement, and then
we don't need to worry
getting
about
right
that.
into coaching after that with the Cubs, Red Sox, Rangers, now as manager of the Chicago White Sox.
I mean, anybody can sit, and stay even keel through 60 and 102, and then they bring you back, and it's amazing. Like these guys competed every day. Now he did get used to losing a little bit when he was here, but man, when you're the skipper, it's just got to eat you alive inside. But knowing the future's pretty bright for them, they're gonna have the number 1 pick. It's gonna be Rock Kalowski. He's nasty.
White Sox
from
haven't done a
UCLA.
lot of things right, but I guess
Lately.
credit to them for sticking with him, because even when it's not the manager's fault that you lost 102 games, how do you not fire a guy after that? And so for them to have that faith in Will, who for years has always been pegged as like the next top manager in waiting, you know what I mean? Like whether it was Red Sox or
Texas,
Rangers, everyone was saying keep an eye out on Will Venable. He's going to be that guy, and I'm glad to see the White Sox doing what they're doing. I just hope they cool off until Monday.
And he's got that World Series ring with the Rangers as a coach in 2023.
That's right.
So he knows how to win. He's seen it up close, certainly, and that's why the White Sox thought he'd be the right guy for the job, and so far it feels like he has been. They didn't put him in a great situation last year to succeed. It's building, but you can see them taking the steps forward. All right, let's check traffic one last time, and then we can wrap things up here on a Friday. Get you ready for the weekend with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
If you're getting onto the Coronado Bridge, there's a crash on the 75 westbound just past the 5 car and a motorcycle wreck. They're up against the left shoulder, slowing you just as you're coming off of the 5.
Traffic brought to you by Caltrans Asset Management. Caltrans Asset Management work is underway on northbound 805. Crews will close all lanes of 805 from State Route 52 to Miramar Road tonight at 9 p.m. through Monday at 5 a.m. Expect delays and use Interstate 5 for travel north of University City.
All right, final segment here of Ben and Woods. Obviously, Padres White Sox all weekend, but tomorrow night, SDFC at Snapdragon Stadium at 7:30 against LAFC. And Sunday, San Diego Wave at home at 4 o'clock against Bay FC. So some different sporting events this weekend. What are your weekend plans looking like?
You know what I'm doing.
Little League
coaching
and baseball cards.
Coaching tonight. We got Bo's got a game tonight. Taylor's got a game tomorrow. Bo has a game Sunday morning at 8:30. I'm interested to see how my kids are. My kids will be fine. They get up at 5 a.m. But I wonder if other kids. I wonder how dialed in everybody else is going to be at a 7:30 a.m. call time from the skipper, hour early. Batting cage, throw, get loose, all
Need
that.
to do some extra warm-ups.
Yeah.
To make sure everybody's alert and ready to go.
So, yeah, man, 3 games.
Let's bring some coffee for the kids.
I mean, Taylor drinks coffee now.
What?
He takes sips of coffee. He loves it.
That's
Really?
Loves it. Loves it.
just what he needs.
Yeah, just what he needs.
That is rare.
Uh-huh. It's not rare in other parts of the world.
Like heavily creamed and sugared or black coffee?
Yeah,
Okay.
not black coffee. I don't even drink black coffee. I mean, he's more manly than me. No, he'll take a little sip. He loves it. He thinks, I mean, this is like
before school?
No, just every now and then.
Every now and then.
Like
Okay.
I want a sip. All right, you can have a sip.
You let him have a puff on a cigarette?
He's going to be that kid. He will be that kid. Like, fine, have a sip of this beer. He's going to be that kid. Everybody knows it. Bo will not. But yeah,
Taylor for his next birthday. I'm getting him a Keurig.
Yeah, 100%. He will take a little sip. It happens. It's they do it in Europe. They do it in Mexico. But he'll take nothing. He doesn't sit and have a whole cup. He just has a little.
I think I remember my first coffee.
I was in my 20s, I think.
I was definitely in my teens.
Yeah.
I was at UTC.
Yeah.
I think this is like when Starbucks was still kind of a new thing. And I was like, I'm going to go try like a latte or something. And I remember going, oh, I'm so jittery. Like I had never had a caffeine hit like that before in my life.
You are so weird with
I know.
stuff. Really?
First time I barely could handle the caffeine from a coffee.
You had to go to the ER from drinking a Red Bull.
Yeah.
The ER.
I mean, now I have coffee every morning. I can handle my coffee.
Now you do meth, and it's crazy how used to it you are. What about you guys? Are you practicing? Like, here's the question: you're going to Band of Dudes. Are you practicing your game?
Yeah, I don't want to overdo
practice?
it because there's going to be a lot of golf, but I do want to get my swing dialed in a little bit. So there will definitely be some practice time for me this weekend.
Are you nervous?
And
you get nervous?
I'm not. I mean, not nervous. It's not like a competition where I feel like I have to be good. I'm just excited.
What's that place I played? Prairie Dunes.
Prairie Dunes.
It's like one of the top courses in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. I was so nervous. I played like absolute. My buddy was like, "I thought you play all the time." I'm like, the better the course, the more expensive it is, the worse I play.
I'm in the phase where like every day I am looking up like the weather forecast, what it's going to be. I am like mental checklist. Like this weekend, I'm going to do a lot of like get all the laundry, the stuff I want to take with me, make sure it's all folded, just put it right in the bag so it's ready to go for Wednesday night when I fly up there.
How checked out are you going to be on Wednesday on the program?
I can't be too checked out because I'm also going to be on the program on Thursday.
That's true. You'll be from a hotel
Eugene,
room.
More checked out then.
That day, who knows? I mean,
well, you're there. You may.
I'm already going to be there, so I think I'll
you'll
be
be
okay.
dialed.
And I think because Wednesday, I know that I'll still be on the show on Thursday. I'll be okay. So,
Paulie,
and I don't leave until like 8:00 on Wednesday night, so it's not like I'm racing from the state. I'm going to go home and finish packing and everything on Wednesday.
Paulie, I'm not even going to ask you what you're doing this weekend. Just chill. Just chill with the dogs, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, I thought so.
I am going to Costco right after the show, get a couple of weekend errands done, and then after that,
you didn't get any cards?
Chill, probably.
Yeah.
If they're there.
Why not? They're there.
They're there.
People send me pictures of the Costco cards all the time.
It's a crazy deal.
I am going to
crazy
Costco probably on Saturday. Do you need anything?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good. Let's spin it and get out of here.
All right. One spin before we wrap it up for the week.
What is something that technology made worse? Not better, worse.
Ooh, something that technology made worse. It's a tough one because I'm a big proponent of technology usually improving things, not making them worse.
I'm never going to really complain. Music.
Good answer, Woods.
Music. Yeah, music.
It's also made it way better in some regards.
To consume it.
To consume it, but the actual making of the music.
Yeah. It's gotten more auto-tune, more, Pro Tools, less soul, less kind of hard into it.
More algorithming, like what's gonna hit more on the algorithm for people. I can see that.
Wouldn't even just the way it sounds. Of course, you have the ability to use auto tune and all this other stuff, but like I don't know, take a guy like Jason Isbell, who doesn't use any of that stuff.
Right?
Doesn't just the technology and where we're at as a society
sounds
now.
Better.
Like, it sounds better.
Sounds better.
So it improved it.
Yeah.
Like, if you just picked him up and put him in 1965, it still sounds good, but it
sounds good on an album though. Back in '65.
This is gonna sound old head, but since we were just talking about it,
baseball,
golf.
Oh,
I don't love being tethered to my. I mean, you gave it to me, and I need it because like my laser range finder. But
you're the only one on the planet, I think, that thinks that.
I was just going to say,
no one else likes stepping off that yard marker.
I certainly acknowledge that the this is technology of the swing speed and everything has helped people get better. Certainly, but I don't know that it's made the game any more enjoyable. It just points out all the things that you're doing even more wrong than everybody else. And I kind of liked it before when. Certainly the technology for clubs, like I'd much rather play my Callaway driver than my old Persimmon Head Woods that I started. It's a lot more fun to play golf because of that. So that in that way, technology has gotten better. But there's a certain thing about golf that it feels like you shouldn't add too much technology to the game.
That's fair. That's fair. I think baseball can suffer sometimes from a little overuse of technology. A little bit.
I agree.
There's a little bit. I think obviously you see some teams are more into it than others, or some players.
I can't sit here and say it's made the game worse, though.
It's made consuming the game worse. A lot harder. It's a lot harder to consume, in my opinion.
Again, I don't miss the 3.5 hour games with pitchers hitting, and that's not a technology thing.
Mine's more of the
I like getting the calls right.
Mine's more of the this guy sucks because he did X. Now it goes the other way too. Like this guy's great because he blank, right? Yeah. It does open your eyes a lot to it, but it has made it tougher. It's made it tougher to consume, I think.
All right, I think that is pretty much gotten us to the end of the program today. Thank you, Paulie. Good work as always this week. Booked some great guests today. All of our guests appeared on the SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking.
It's better.
It is better. We will be back on Monday to wrap up the series against the White Sox, and we will be joined by our Linsider, Dennis Lynn. So looking forward to that. Until then, for Paulie Reindl and Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Braden Frank coming up next. Don't go anywhere. Lots more coming up on a Friday on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. So long, everybody.